Hello, 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 hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching me from. How are you doing today? How are you guys doing? Thank you, guys, for jumping in. Let's get into today's conversation. How are you doing, by the way? And how is the weather treating you? I hope your weather is warming up seriously. All right, so let me see what the weather is for me. My weather is coming up alive. Today we have 65 degrees. It feels like summer out there. How are you guys doing? Thank you for being here. Thank you, amazing people. All right, let's get together to discuss today's conversation. And I'm bringing to you guys Nigerian social media um, content creators. Those are the ones we'll be talking about today. Hi, the Banningos TV. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me today. So, today's conversation is bordering on Lily Pope's TV's view about mothers abroad. And I want to bring us to a sharp contrast between Lily Pope's view and Diana Ekwueme's view. That's what we'll be discussing today. And thank you guys for being here. If you're watching me from Facebook, thank you immensely for being here. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to share as well and leave me your comment in the comment section. So once again, welcome to my live stream. It's yours truly, Oyoyo. All right. So why is this conversation interesting? I watched Lily Pope's video where she made a video about comparing the lives of Nigerian moms living in Nigeria and Nigerian moms living overseas. And it took me like, what is Lily talking about today? But the thing is that she said that is her own opinion and that's how she felt. So based on that, I want to say that Lily made that video for cruise catching or for YouTube continuous relevance. Why do I say that? Lily Pope once lived overseas. She had her first daughter overseas in Malaysia. She can never in this life or maybe the next life to come compare her personal experience as a mother living overseas and the experience she's getting now as a mother living in Nigeria. So I was kind of surprised why she brought that kind of comparison. But anyway, we're going to be discussing all of that today. Nancy Vlog, thank you for being here. Thank you so much. Then again, we remember a few months ago, Diana Ekwueme, how since she moved to Saudi Arabia, she's been telling us all the things happening in Saudi Arabia, how she has been overwhelmed, blah, 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 blah. You all know the story. If you want to know more about her, you can visit their channels to get the full details about it. So I want to ask Lily or anybody thinking that life overseas is even better as a mother to those living in Nigeria. Just ask Diana. She will be a better person to answer you. She just relocated recently, so she will be able to answer you. You know, there is this saying that goes that grass is always greener on the other side. And I tell you, that is human nature for you. Because we as human beings are insatiable. We are here, but where we are most times not contented with where we are. We want better things. We want to do better. We want to go to better things. That is what human being or human nature is all about. All right, all right, all right. Delicious Ame, thank you for being here, beautiful. I do appreciate you. So, when I watched that Lily Pope's video, she was making comparison. I could agree with her in some of the things she said because those ones I cannot trade for anything. Number one is security. When she talked about security, I will tell her, yes, she's on point with security. She's on point with infrastructure in terms of electricity, in terms of good roads and what have you. Yeah, she's on point. But to be honest with you, most Nigerian mothers, those are not what they're even talking about because as a Nigerian, that's all you've known. Bad road, no light. I remember my kids' experience when we went to Nigeria. We went to Nigeria. Unfortunately, there was no light. So they were running diesel, running generator. At about 2 a.m., my sister-in-law asked them to turn off the generator and did not ask me if I want generator to be turned off. So the generator was turned off. My daughter woke up. Mommy, I want to go home. I say, no, this is home. She said, no, I can't sleep again. I want to go home. That was when they realized the difference between where they were coming from and where they are now. But if you were born in Nigeria, you grew up in Nigeria, it's no longer news to you that there will be no NEPA, there will be no electricity. So using those things to compare to civilized countries with over 200 years of civilization, I think is not a good comparison. If you give it, Nigeria is only how old? 60, maybe 64 years old. You can't compare with countries with over 200 civilization. So I don't think that's what any mother in Nigeria will be worried about. The road, they manage the road. Electricity, those are the things they've come to put in their subconsciousness. That is way of life. But the challenge boils down on how you carry on your day-to-day activity and also how you carry on your business, or if you're working for somebody, how you go to work, run your home as a mother, take care of your children. That is where the issue of being overwhelmed or not overwhelmed, or where that is where the comparison should be, should be done. I cannot tell you about traffic in Lagos. If you ever lived in Lagos or you're living in Lagos, honestly, you guys, may God continue to grease you guys with your patience. May God continue to empower you guys living in Lagos. I remember when the first time I got a job in Lagos, I was working in VI and I live in Oba. Oh boy, I did that for 6 months. I told them I want a transfer. If you can't transfer me, guys, I want to resign. They will say why am I talking as if I'm privileged? I couldn't stand it. Mind you, I was not driving. Mind you, I was not taking bus. I was being carried. After work, I would enter a car, they would drive to work because my sister works in VI, so it was easy. I would just enter, sit down for car. I know they drive. I know they jump bus, but still, 4 hours, 5 hours on traffic is no joke. So if you live in Lagos, you're a mother and you're running your home, running your business, going to work, kudos to you. You guys are doing exceptionally well. Having said that, Lily Pope lives in Oka, a relatively calm state. You can't even compare Oka to Onitsha. Onitsha is a very rowdy place. So Lily Pope lives in a very calm area in Nigeria, kind of. If you put it, is relatively calm to compare to most places. But she was making those comparisons that mothers abroad are better off because they have the time, they work, their husbands help, blah, blah, blah. We're going to be talking all of that with practical examples I'll be stating here. And let us not forget, Diana's experience about living overseas is an eye-opener to those thinking that, yeah, you get all those things there. And I'm surprised that Lily did not remember those Diana's experience before making those videos. Anyway, let's leave it at that. And Banigo said, I live close to Oba. You see, yeah, Banigo, those days you were doing your street vlog, I could see Oba. I was like, yay! I was so happy with those your videos and all of that. So, welcome, all of you. And I'll be asking questions out as well. What do you guys think about the video and the comparison that mothers overseas are doing better? If Lily had forgotten, we watched her video when she had when she talked about her birth story about her first child. She did a video explaining the birth story, how labor started, how this happened, how it was just her, and all of that. We still remember those videos. But let me come to terms here. You cannot, and I want people to actually stop making those comparisons because you can't match them. Okay, those comparisons are not fair in any angle you look at it. I'll be giving you guys reasons why I said they are not fair. A mother I'm going to use America as an example, and I'll be calling specific professions so that everybody can be in sync with what I'm talking about. Assuming a mother, a working nurse in the US, maybe because you're a nurse, your income is what the family is depending more than that of your husband. And most of these mothers, I'm not here to paint pictures or cover anything. I'm going to say the way things have been, or it was for most people. Most of these mothers, they work. I remember when my daughters used to go to nanny's place, I've seen a 1-month-old baby being brought for a nanny to watch over because the mother has to go to work. Can that ever happen in Nigeria? 1 month old baby. I was like, the Nigeria in me set in the moment I saw the baby in the baby seat. I started asking the woman, how old is she? She said the baby is 1 month. I say 1 month, and the mother is already working. She said, waiting they go do now. She's a Yoruba woman, very wonderful woman. She's an amazing grandma. All the kids she has raised, they call her grandma. If they see her anywhere, they are going to stop to take care of grandma. She is an exceptional woman. I must give credit to her. But imagine a mother leaving her 1 month old overnight. It's not for a few hours, it's not for 1 hour. You went shopping 2 hours. This might be for 10 hours. It might be for 12 hours. And then you want to tell me that's the life you want to compare to mothers in Nigeria. Our husbands help. Definitely, they have to help. I remember when it was tough for me. It was tough for me. I'm gonna discuss all about that. My husband does after school runs while I do morning school runs. Our husbands, they have to help. Definitely, they have to help. But in Nigeria, once a woman gives birth, the man is doing his business, not taking any break, because there is a mother-in-law to come and visit. Your own mother as a woman will be there. Your cousins, your aunties. If you're a girl like Lily is, she has a lot of sisters. They all took turns to come and do omogo. We don't have those privileges. So you guys should stop the comparison. When Diana cried, people thought she was just making stories. No, Diana was being real, telling people how overwhelmed it could be. Imagine what led her to cutting her hair. If she was in Port Harcourt, she wouldn't have cut that hair. Because where she lives, maybe there is nobody that will make African hair. You people should stop that comparison. It's not making so much sense. But let me drop my link here. I can see Emmy is already ready for me to dive into this discussion. And I'll be reading one or two chats as well. Your contribution is highly, highly appreciated. Thank you guys for being here. And my link is down. Greetings, Niger daughter. Oh, Malecha, how you doing now? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate you, beautiful. Welcome. Mothers in Nigeria does better than mothers abroad. That is coming from Nancy Vlog. And then Nancy Vlog said exactly, I took my baby to daycare when she was 2 months old because I have to resume work. I love it when people that have gone through that experience are talking. I really, really love it. And my link is down, and I know my beautiful Annie, she is ready to dive into this conversation. Welcome, beautiful. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you. Good evening. Good evening,
Welcome.
everyone in the comment section. I greet you all. Let me know. Can I talk?
Yeah, go ahead, sweetheart.
Okay. Can I say that these abroad moms, Niger moms, let me say it is 50-50. For some people, it's favoring them, while for some, it doesn't favor them. Here in Nigeria, as a new mom or as a pregnant mom, there are loads of challenges. When I say challenges, from hospitals to traffic to a lot, cost of living. You cannot compare it with, someone who is living abroad or who will, give birth abroad. And I also feel that this part where people always say, oh, when you give birth, people are there to help you. I don't understand. Is sorry, I don't want to be harsh, but
No, no,
why
no,
do people
no,
always
no.
say
I
that?
want you to be real because I need the real situation. I need reality.
Okay, why do people always say that? When you put to bed, people are there to help you, your family. Why do you always say that? Why do people always say that? Who told you that is everybody that gives birth, family members gather around them? Don't those family members have a business? Do you know that there are people that don't have mother-in-law, that don't even have father-in-law? Do you know that
Okay.
at times when you put to bed, it's even better nobody comes to visit you than when these people come? Someone that came that said she's coming to do a mukbo, you are the one cooking for her. You're the one arranging her house, her room. Especially when the person is elderly, it's even like more burden for you. Will you not be better off alone doing your thing? So I feel that this thing is 50-50. Some people are abroad. What I'm saying, some people are abroad. I know a lot of people are abroad. A lot. My mother-in-law is in the US now on Omugwo. Before my sister-in-law put to bed, she was there already.
Mm-hmm.
In
Yeah,
fact, she and
I'm going to get to that part of it because
okay.
what has made a lot of women here, their mother-in-laws or their mothers, you understand, have come to live in the US for over 20 years. There are people that have been here for over 20 years, over 30 years, over 50 years.
Mm,
And if you
mm.
look at it, you start asking, is that the only child the woman gave birth to? No. Is she giving the same equal love to all the children, moving around the children like that? No.
Mm.
And why is one person caging her? Because of inconvenience. No, I told you this is an open truth. So let's say the way it
Yes.
is. If you have
Yes.
anything to share, share. One person is caging her because they will always find a reason. I've seen
Mm.
some of them pass here. Some of these
Hmm.
mother-in-laws, they die here. Some are buried
Hmm.
here. Some are sent
Hmm.
home. Imagine somebody who has lived in the US for 30 years. What does she know about Nigeria anymore?
Exactly.
Nothing. So when she dies, where do you think she wants to be buried?
Ah, she has to be carried
So,
home now.
so the
Except
thing
she
is
wants to
this:
be buried. Hmm.
the comparison should stop. Why am I saying it stop? I had it easy because when I had my first child, I was still trying to get regularized in terms of being in the system. So I didn't know what he was and all of that. And then when I had my second child, I stayed at home for 1 year and 6 months before I started working. Okay, so I didn't go through that, but I'm just maybe 0.0001 of our Nigerian folks. They can't even
Hmm.
make 1%. People that had it easy like me cannot make 1% of the reality we face.
That's why I'm saying that. That's why I'm saying that this thing, I would say, is 50-50 because some
It
people
can
have
never
it
be
easy.
50-50, Emmy.
Why? This
It
is
can
my
never
own
be
opinion.
50-50.
This is my own opinion. Some people
Okay.
have it easy. Let me explain myself. Some people have it easy. Why some don't have it easy? I know someone who lives abroad and has two nannies. She
Mm.
has the money. She has a brand. She has the money. Me that I'm here in Nigeria, I don't have a nanny. I do everything myself. Do you know that where I was working before I got married, if you put to bed, they're only giving you 30 days before they tell you to come back to work. If you like, let your child be 4 days, bring that child to work, and you work the
Okay,
complete nine
let
to
me
five.
ask, Emmy, let me bring the child to work. Do they have daycare for new babies?
The child will stay with you in your office. When
Jesus.
you have a class, you back the baby. It can never happen abroad. It
All
can
right.
never.
Let me thank Nancy's vlog. Thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Emmy, you are so right. It can never happen
It
at
can never. My sister-in-law, she they gave her 9 months with pay.
Mhm.
9 months with pay here in Nigeria, except you're working in a good office or you have a kind of connection or level, you will
Wait,
suffer
nine months with pay. Well,
with
9 months
pay.
with pay. Which country is that?
That is UK.
Okay, I don't know the UK system. I would have said about America. 9 months, you can get 2 years, 1 year, but it's not with pay. You can get 7 months in the US, not with
No,
pay.
her own
They
is
can
with
only pay
pay
you.
because she was working before she got pregnant. And they are still paying the child benefits.
Oh,
This
child
one is
benefit.
something I'm very sure of.
See,
So
in the US here, you have your 3 months maternity leave. Our husbands can
mm,
take paternity leave. You understand? They can also
mhm.
entitled to paternity leave. But with your 3 months maternity leave, once you expand your 3 months, you can decide to do another 6 months. And those 6 months is not with pay.
But would they keep your job?
Yes, your job will.
Oh,
We
yeah.
have we have what we call
Mm.
FMLA, family leave. That's what it means, FMLA. So it gives you the opportunity to take away, if you're not seeing your mother, that your mother is not well, your father, your children, your husband, you qualify for that FMLA. You can take as much time as you need. However, some of them will come with half pay. You understand? At some point, they will continue to pay you half pay, but when you exhaust that limit, it will now be without pay, depending on
Let me
action.
let me just quickly give it example so that the person on stage can talk also. I will still stand on my point that I feel this is 50-50. Some people, if it benefits them, while the others, it doesn't benefit them. Why am I saying this? When I was serving as a copper,
Mhm.
the school where I was serving in, a lady gave birth through C-section. So she had to spend like, 2 more weeks in the hospital due to neglect. You know how our hospitals here are here now. So she went home. Do you know that this school gave her only 1 month to resume back to school? For some reasons, she couldn't resume at that 1 month. She spent 3 months, sorry, yes, 3 months with begging. Oh, I was one always writing letters for her with begging. Do you know that the remaining 2 months this lady spent at home, the school refused to pay her. And when she even took it to human rights did not even answer her. This is what a lot of women here in Nigeria face. That's why you see women take 1 month old babies to crèche. It happens here in Nigeria. Because of that pressure, they have to go back to work. So I feel that because of this law that is not being enforced, a lot of new mothers here suffer a lot of pressure from their working place. Here in Nigeria, even if you are on maternity leave for even 2 months, if your office is kind enough, you will still be working from home. You will still be doing reports. You will still be submitting files. These are things people don't say. So I just feel that in this aspect, people abroad enjoy better.
Hmm.
Let others talk.
Okay, okay. Tina, I saw her. Tina, I saw her. Please, my link is down. I need you to jump into the link, unless if you're working. Tina is a Nigerian YouTuber living in Canada. She used to live in Owerri. So, and she's a mother of young kids. My kids are grown, so I'm trying to remember most of those things you said. Sometimes it's difficult. So, Tina, if you have the opportunity, if you're not working, jump in here. I need to hear your opinion. You're not going to compare for me when you were in Nigeria and now. So, Emmy, I understand what you're saying. Thank you for that opinion. You can hold on to that opinion. This is a true tell situation. I want us to be real with what we are going through so that people can understand and stop this comparison. But I'm still maintaining it's never 50-50. Nancy Vlog, thank you for being here. You have the podium now.
Thank you so much. God bless you. I hope you all can hear me.
Yes.
Yes, we can
Oh,
hear you there.
all right. Ami, greetings to you.
You're
Greetings
welcome
to
there.
you, Mama Yoyo. I bless all of you. So thank you
Amen.
for
Thank
this.
you.
Thank you for this topic. Honestly, this is something that when you talk about it, like it's more better someone that have experienced it or is into the this thing, the game would tell it more better. Okay, I know everyone is entitled to his or her own opinion, but I will disagree with you. Like this is what I am into, and just like Mamo Yoyo said, we have to stop this comparison. Yeah, it have to stop. Like wherever you find yourself, you have to adjust, suit into the situation that you see yourself. I I never
That is wherever you find us. Say it again.
What food is that?
see. I'm that kind
Let
of person
me.
that I used to say, oh, I can never go to abroad. I will never marry someone that is in abroad. Even when my husband was coming for me, I didn't know that he had the mind of processing papers for me. So he promised me that he's going to come back. You get it? So after he said, okay, like how many years am I to give you? It's okay, give me like 5 years. So in the next 2 years, something started going on. I said, I don't understand though, going for passport and all that. Yeah. It's like this man is making paper for me to come, but I didn't know that he had that plan. But I'm that kind of person that I never had this plan of going. I just see, I'm telling you this for you to see that like everyone is destined on a particular thing. You don't know where you will find yourself tomorrow. Now look at where I am today. I'm in abroad. I didn't know that I'm going to be in abroad to raise my family. You get it? So
Mhm.
wherever you find yourself, just sit in. See, Ami, I disagree with you. It's not 50-50. Okay. In Nigeria, we cannot use the people that are in Nigeria to compare the ones that are here. Like, will I use the word, sorry if you're in abroad, suffering and smiling. Like, it's true that we are in abroad, we're enjoying the electricity, we're enjoying the
The
good road,
security.
everything, but there are some places that when like when you remember it, as I'm talking to you now, I'm done with my children, I'm just sitting down here, like I'm resting. And the whole of today have been so hectic for me. And
Mhm.
it will not prevent me from doing what I'm supposed to do. See, abroad does better when it comes to motherhood. I am transformed, I'm renewed, that is abroad. I've done a lot of things. I'm no longer a lazy person.
Yeah.
I'm agile whenever I want to do anything that I'm doing. But people that are in Nigeria, I'm
Um,
sorry, but some of our mothers in Nigeria, they are so lazy. Okay, but I'm not going to blame them for that because they have people that are helping them. But here, they
Nancy,
also wait, Ami, wait,
Nancy.
I mean, let
wait,
her finish.
Ami,
I
wait,
know where she's going to.
wait.
Let her finish, please.
Depression will make you to wake up. Like you will wake up and start doing what you're supposed to do. You cannot compare Nigeria and here. Now, let me tell you a practical, the one that happened to when I had my last baby. My someone came and bathed my baby just once. Then the rest of the day till this my baby was a year and some months now. I am the one. Like it came to there's some nights that I will not sleep. Like you see that you are into this depression. Depression is real in abroad. Is even
Mhm.
you can even control it in Nigeria.
Vicky, welcome. Inspiration, mountain of inspiration.
Oh, so
Welcome.
please let me say something.
Let me
Please let me
know.
say something.
Emmy,
Depression
Let
is
me
real
say
in
something.
abroad.
Nancy, see, she's not gonna agree with you. So let her laugh. And welcome, 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 everybody. So continue. Emmy, laugh.
Okay. Nancy, please, when you are done, let me know. Because I'm going to attack you back. Mhm. I'm just joking.
Oh boy.
Problem. See, when you talk about the depression, it is real here. Like there's sometimes I will not sleep from night till morning, and you still be up and doing to do what like you will see yourself going down. You'll be calling your mother, calling your sister, calling everyone. No one will answer you. But in all these things I'm saying is that you are going to be strong to do everything that you're supposed to do. You can't compare it in Nigeria. Nigeria, you have solution. Have you ever asked yourself, do you know that most of our women in abroad, they have low cut? We normally put weave on or wig. There is no time. You cannot compare. Look at this lady Lily's platform. Yeah, Lily's platform. I know she's enjoying now in Nigeria. The life that she was getting when she was in Mexico and the life that she's getting now in Nigeria, it can never be the same. You can never like these two lives, you put it at the 50-50. It is not.
Mhm.
Okay? It can never so it is not, my dear. It is not.
Okay.
People that are in
Thank you.
Nigeria they enjoy more better.
Thank you. That's it,
Emmy,
block. Thank
Emmy, the
you.
platform is yours. Counter. Let's
I,
hear.
li-
This
I
is your
like I
day.
like what you said, though, Nancy. But I also want to say this that I kind of agree with what you said when you started that wherever you find yourself, adjust to the place and enjoy the place. That's even where I was trying to take my argument. Okay, wherever you find yourself, if it is in Nigeria, if it is in abroad, it is fine. But this argument of people thinking that people abroad are more depressed than people here in Nigeria, it makes me who told you people that? Who tell una that one? And people say when you put to bed in Nigeria, you have more help. Who told you people that?
Okay. Emmy,
I hear
let me,
someone, I
Emmy,
hear someone
Emmy,
say,
I'm going to act as a moderator.
I better go.
I'm going to act as a moderator on this one, okay? Wow, I have it. Oh, Uju, thank you. Would you please? If you're not working, jumping around to
Hey,
tell
would
your
you?
story, jumping.
Thank you, thank you.
This lady has 4 children. Okay, she has
Mm,
4 kids, and out of the 4, she never knew what omugo was. Maximum 1 month after her baby, she's back to work. Her husband started nurturing a 1 month old baby,
You
and
see?
then she goes back to work. So when I came, she saw how I was taking it easy. I'm not Tibozo, boy, it mustn't be a must. I gather all the dollar in the country. She was like, you
mm.
know what? She got pregnant for her 4th baby. She said, you know what, that she's going to do omugo this time. She took 3 whole months and
Wow.
did omugo. But if she tell you her story, I wish, if you're really not working, please, 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 I will want to hear your story by yourself.
Host,
Anyway,
host, let me give you, let me say a very short story of my own self.
okay,
That's why I always say this thing to me, when I say is 50-50, I mean that for some people over there, they are enjoying it. Why for some over here, we are not enjoying it. I
okay,
feel that my own situation, my own story, and your own is not the same. Now, why am I saying
right,
this? I don't have a nanny, I don't have a cook, I don't have like anybody who helps me, and I'm a caterer. Most I When I was telling Vicky that I stand from 12 a.m. to 7 a.m. to make 4 pots of soup for clients. Vicky was shocked that day. She said, "Eh?" I said, "Yes. I do my things alone. Where I live is an estate. I don't know my next door neighbor. I don't know what he looks like. Anything I want to buy, I drive to the market or supermarket, I buy it and then come back. The day my husband is not around for that week, I'm alone in my house. I don't know anybody because of the kind of area I live in. It is mind your business." So over here, when I come out, I do my delivery and I come back. You can't tell me that when I'm now when it's time for me to go for mugo or my mom to come for mugo for me, and for some reasons my mom cannot come. That, oh, neighbors that I don't even know will come and help me. Now, this is also different from someone who lives in an area where she has neighbors who are friendly, who
I'm
are
not even
jovial.
no, I'm not even talking about neighbors because I know I lived in Lagos and you understand, so I can relate. I'm not talking about neighbors, but let me tell you something anyway. Why I said it can never be 50-50. And I understand completely the angle Nancy was coming from. I'm going to talk about that later, but let me just respond to you. If I thank you so much, Treasures, just for being here. I'm not ignoring you, but I want to pass this message and then we'll continue. And Juba, thank you for joining. See, Emmy, if I were to be in Nigeria today, right, and I gave birth, or let me use my sisters that had their kids in Nigeria. One of my big sisters, the day she was put into bed, I came in from Lagos. So I had to go into the hospital with her. I was the one they gave the bath cloth, Akweji Mumwa. They
Mm,
gave them to me. I'm the one that washed. This happened many, many years ago as a young girl. Then my mother had to come after, but I followed her to the hospital. So when I followed her after, I took the whole thing home and I washed it at home. She had a help. We don't have such helps. I was a sibling, a younger sister. I was there. And for those that don't have those siblings, your mother's sisters could suffice and be of help. Your aunties, your cousins, it can never be the same. I'm going to now turn it around so that you see. I have a neighbor. We know each other because we share common boundaries. We say hi, okay? And my neighbor is friendly. When they moved in, she brought a bottle of wine for us to drink. I say, I really would love to, but I don't drink. So, and I have kids now. So their kids and my kids, we play together. But the thing is this, my neighbor, no Igbo, right? What I'm going through as a Nigerian American, you understand, she doesn't understand it. Because if she has her baby, her mother will come, her relatives, the grandmas, the grandparents will come. I'm gonna put it in another way. I have a brother-in-law, okay? The daughter put to bed, he babysits for the daughter to go to work. That is Nigerian father, okay? because now they now have family chain. And because they have family chain, it's easier. Sometimes he will babysit, sometimes the girl's mother will babysit, sometimes the boy's mother. That is the chain. Assuming my children tomorrow, they get married tomorrow, and I still live here, that is the chain, the family chain we are talking about. So you can never compare it together. I'm not even talking about neighbors.
Vicky,
I'm
God
talking
bless you for
about
this thing
family.
you just said.
I'm talking about families that could help. It's never the same. We go through these things independently here. What our Nigerian community, what they do now, they have grandmas. So for those young mothers those young mothers that they can't be able to, they don't know what to do first time, your community will send grandma. Somebody will bring his own mother to come and bring the baby. You understand? But anyway, welcome, Uju's Talk Show. Thank you for being here. This is based on individual experiences. Absolutely. And I'm going to read Vicky's comments. Some persons here don't have those opportunities. Some people too cannot afford help that others pay for here. The luck is that, okay, let me see what the luck is that the help is not as expensive as abroad, but the truth is that everyone has it. Okay. Thank you so much, Juice Talk Show. Thank you for being here. Oh, Treasure dropped. Oh, sorry that you dropped. Please come back again. Some while some in abroad has it easy. Yeah, some mothers suffer in Nigeria, while some mothers abroad. Absolutely. So, Emmy, I don't want to put 50-50. Like I said, I disagree on 50-50 because
Let me explain my 50-50. Why I said 50-50.
okay, okay.
Why I said 50-50 is because I want her to talk. Don't worry, let her talk. So Senator doesn't take her out again.
Treasure, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here.
Okay, thank you so much, host Tammy.
You're
My
welcome,
greetings to
Treasure.
everyone and everyone
You're
in the chat.
welcome.
I'm just busy here, and I was saying I was just going to be at the background, but there are things you hear like this. It will basically like this. I agree with some of the points that Nasi has said, and also some points that Ami has said.
Mhm.
And one of them is that wherever you find yourself, make deal with what
You,
you have in your
yeah, you have,
environment,
yeah.
right? And then where I want to disagree with Ami is that you cannot balance, you can't say 50-50, right? Yes, it is based on individual experience, but then the individual experience is minimal when it comes to abroad and Nigeria. And then it shouldn't even be compared in the first place
Yeah,
because
that's my own.
it's typically a different, it's just like reality and assumption. They are just two different parts, you know. Why am I saying this? When Nasi said something about depression, Ami laughed out loud. And
Annie doesn't understand.
I know that everyone can be depressed, even as it is now. It looks like everybody, including people in Nigeria, is depressed. Okay,
Mhm.
because of the way the whole world is going. Seriously, if this inflation is not getting in your state, I just believe we are not in on the earth. Both those that are earning high, those that are working and those that are not working. Everyone is really passing through hard time. But Amy, I want you to look at it like this. Do you know that for the fact that you are living in a community, you find yourself in a community and you are the only black there. That one is only already depressing. Sometimes I go
Okay.
to church like this and I'm the only black in the
Can
midst
I
of
give you a small
hundreds.
example? Okay, just imagine you're living in a community where you are an Igbo person and you're seen as an endangered species. Yeah, let's continue there.
Did you know that the closest black person you find in abroad becomes your sister? Be it Cameroon, be it Ghana, be it Senegal. I just went out this afternoon. Guess who I went out with? A Senegal woman who I knew from nobody. For the fact that we are blacks, we have become sisters. Then talk more of a Yoruba that can speak the same distance, that can even understand your feelings. Talk more of an Hausa person who can even
Are you
understand.
are you aware of what really happened recently in Nigeria?
You said
Amy,
recently. We are
Amy,
talking
I
about
understand
what
what
I
the
know where you are
election
going when you
happened.
brought that
And,
particular thing. That one
the
is
person
recently.
talking,
And for the fact that it
Treasure,
happened
give
in
me a
Lagos
second.
doesn't mean that it
Treasure
really
grew
happened.
up in the north, so she knows what it is to live in the midst where you don't have your people. So she has been there, seen that, all of it. I know the tension this political thing brought to Lagos, but before the tension, people were living peacefully. You understand?
Yes.
So it was a temporary thing. So continue.
Do you know how you come out and greet a white neighbor who you think that is your immediate neighbor, and you say hi and they'll just bone and pass you? Do you know how depressing that? You know, my first and then do you know how it takes that you are in a country and everyone around you, nobody can understand you, or like you can't hear them and they cannot hear you. You know, that is for people that are not in people that are in non-English speaking country. Your next neighbor, if you start screaming now, they come to you, they cannot understand your problem, you cannot understand their problem. That is to show you things that can even cause more depressed, what can make people more depressed. You know, sometimes I see people saying that anybody that enter UK, they begin to complain, they begin to complain. Sometimes I see it from another angle. They are not discouraging people from coming to UK, but by the time you test the other part of life, you know, you
You
begin
know
to know
better.
that you, for crying out loud, we are living peacefully in Nigeria, except for this election, which always come up during most of the election period. Before you know it, everything will relax again. People will begin to, it will begin to look like everybody is one. So if somebody give birth, even if you don't have relations in Nigeria, you don't have your mother-in-law didn't come, a Yoruba woman already
Treasure, let me
knows.
answer Vicky. She's been writing here. Vicky, please, I want to respond to you. Nancy Vlogmas has said now what she saw that Nigerian moms are lazy. She doesn't really mean it that way, but what she's trying to say is that abroad has made her to be able to understand that she can actually do those things that she's asking for help for. And again, comparing that, if most of us overseas, if we can afford it to have 10 nannies, Vicky, let me be very categorically here with you. I don't want a nanny. Not that I cannot afford a nanny. When I needed a nanny, I will do the nanny job for few hours that I need it. If I don't want a nanny, not even to come and live with me. I can't. Like you made a video this morning talking about houses abroad. You can't even be talking with the next person in the next room. They will be hearing you. That is our reality. So imagine if you have a nanny. Your secret that's supposed to be between you and your husband is no longer secret. For that reason alone, I said no to nanny. I know a few people that brought in people to live with them. It became a problem. That was the source of, or rather, the genesis of their marriage problem. If you can afford to bring somebody from home, a relative from home, is safer for you. But for me to bring a stranger into my home, Omo, even if all the money is falling on the ground, I can never. There is another video. I think it might still be there. You can find it. Watch the maids. Okay? If you watch the maid, the life of those people in Hollywood, they all have maids. If you watch them, you will never think about having a nanny. Okay, what they
First, let's just forget about
let
the
I was trying
Nollywood.
to answer
Let's just forget about the Nollywood portrayal of this whole thing. Let's just face reality. You get
Vicky
the
don't understand. Not
availability.
everybody wants to have a nanny live with them. The one of the most interesting thing living in the US have done for me is that I raised my children by myself, for myself, between me and my husband. If my child is coughing today, I know the genesis of that cough. If my child is raising the hand, is not working well, I know because I was there in the bathroom. I was wet there doing brushing teeth, cleaning up. So that has brought that bond and closeness between me and my child. I don't make it up by taking them out. No. I don't make up those bonds by buying them goodies. No. Every moment we spend together is a discussion time. So that bond, I cannot trade it for anything, no matter how the luxury is falling. Why I mentioned
Rose.
the maid story was that was an eye opener for me when I came to the US. It was a series. It's still on Lifetime if you guys get Lifetime back in Nigeria. They did it for over 3 or 4 years. So I said, wow, you don't have any secrets. Know that. All right. So sorry about that, Treasure. You can continue, please.
Away from the secrets, because even in Nigeria, when it's not always people you know that you hire as help or you bring into your home, so it's still cut across those people that are in abroad and those people that are at home, right? Most people goes for people they don't know, but because you can afford them, you can get it. So talking about secrets, it's cut across everyone. But where I was trying to talk about is like the availability of help even when one need it. Like Ami said that she does the cooking. Ami, seriously, it looks like if without painting wall, I would say that you are overstressing yourself because
Yeah,
I
I
know
mean,
what
you
it
need a
takes.
help.
Yeah, you need a help. I
If
know
not
what it
for
takes
home help, just for your
to
business.
prepare one pot of soup of food. I love cooking, and I have lived in a big house where we are almost 20 and I do the cooking. Sometimes I we cook in firewood because cooking on gas makes it, and I know I have like five siblings, female siblings that also help. Some will be peeling tomatoes, doing this, one or this, and I know how tedious it is. So, and if you really need help, you can get, there are people that are looking for who to all this work, this thing. You can easily get if you need help, you get. And I will advise you get one if it is not so much discomforting you. Because seriously, as Nabachi you now you might be very, very agile to do it. Remember childbearing, remember, it's not going to be easy. So when you get so much there are some services you can get, people that can just come assist you and you pay them off that day. Must not hire them temporarily, you get, and it will also help you. By the time you finish it, you could even get some time to rest. All this dog, I won't
Any betano, no one ahunama.
Yes.
Oh, thank
So
you
with
so
that
much,
being said,
Treasure
let me
Chief.
just round
Thank
up
you so
my whole
much.
point. My whole point is that the availability of help, even for those ones that doesn't have relations that will help them, the availability of help is closer and easy. A
Accessible,
Yoruba
honestly.
woman knows how to bathe a child.
We
Sorry, I
didn't hear.
was having a call. A Yoruba woman knows how to bathe an Igbo woman child and bathe her properly if you have a Yoruba neighbor. An Hausa neighbor can bathe an Igbo woman. Igbo woman can bathe a Yoruba child if you don't have relation. You know, we saw so many people like Ozi Tochi. You guys saw when she was discharged. I don't think she had immediate help with her stitches and everything. I didn't watch the vlog, but I could just imagine with the stitches, with what she passed through, she will still go back to bathe her child and nurse her child within that particular time. You get, so you cannot compare. You cannot compare when it comes to child.
Okay, okay, let me. Okay, okay. When you're done,
Go,
sorry.
go ahead. I think I'm.
All
Okay,
right.
okay,
Let me
let me
welcome
just.
you, Juice Talk Show. Thank you for being here, Wanyoma. I appreciate your presence. Thank you. So Emmy is
We just
going to
talk show.
respond.
Thanks for
After that,
coming.
then we'll give the
Dalo,
platform to you. Emmy, so
Dalo,
your
Okay,
response.
Dalo.
okay, okay. Now let me just quickly expatiate more. When I said it's okay, let me not use 50-50 again. What I was trying to say is that for some people that are even in the Nigeria self, those things you're complaining about in the abroad, they don't even have access to it. While those some who are, living abroad, even have access to those things. Some people feel, oh, you're living in Nigeria, you should have.
Exactly.
Let
People
me
like
now let me
things like
explain.
what?
Now, let me explain this nanny issue. I know we always say, oh, you can easily get nanny, somebody to help you, this and that. Now, using myself as an example, in my family, all my cousins, they are all either in school or they are busy with one thing or the other. I don't have any. I've looked for. They'll say, bring small girl for me. Right now, currently in Nigeria, there's no small girl again. No, either they are in school or they are here. You know that word. It's not like before that they will say, go and bring down our cousin that is in the village. The people are no longer in the village like before again. No. Another thing also is that this nanny thing we're talking about, yeah, it's not cheap. Oh, using myself as an example, where I live, because here we use agencies. Those
Mhm.
agencies bring these girls and they go for routine tests.
Medicals,
Those
yeah.
routine tests cost nothing less than 120, because they go for TB, a lot of tests before you
Mhm.
bring in someone that will come and contaminate your children.
Items. Yeah.
And not just that, the salary you pay directly to the girl, sorry, to the company, is 70,000. 10,000 for the company, 60 for the girl. And she doesn't work Sundays and sometimes Saturdays. But there are families where they have brothers and sisters, uncles and aunties. Some women have up to 7 helps here in Nigeria. You get me? So that's why I said this thing is different. You cannot just categorically say, oh, people in Nigeria have access to help. Somebody like me, Jack, I don't have. I don't have a neighbor that will come and say, oh, her baby is crying. Let me come and help her. I don't have. And
Wow.
let me just quickly shed more light on that thing I said earlier. See, Nigeria is not like before. Oh, where somebody will put to bed, people will come and bathe your baby for you. It's not like before, it's not like that again. Oh. In my own area, oh, I don't know for other areas. For example, in my own area, this hostility that I spoke about earlier has already been existing. It has
Wow.
been existing even before the elections. Maybe it was on this platform I told you how the shop got burnt.
Yes, yes, you shared that.
Thank you. So it has been existing even before the elections. And
Mm.
during the elections, it came out full force. This one is no longer, side talk again. It was now openly and even setting threats that if this one happen, that one happen. You understand? So that's why I said earlier that these things are different. In my own area, I don't have access to neighbors who can come and cheer me up if I'm crying. And when Nancy Vlog spoke about depression, I didn't laugh that I'm trying to mock what she's saying, or I don't understand what she's saying. I'm only trying to explain that, my sister, going through depression abroad because you don't have anybody close to you. My sister, me and you, we are the same. Oh. Before my mom can come to my house, it's in fact almost 9 hours journey. The woman is not a baby again. She will tell me to cry and read my Bible, except if my husband is around. So abroad, though, Nigeria, oh, I just feel that you cannot say, oh, Nigeria is better, abroad is suffer, or abroad is better, Nigeria is suffer. It's not
Yeah,
black and white,
you're
just
so
like what
right.
people say.
You're so right.
Thank you.
The thing for me is that people should stop the comparison. That's what I'm saying. You can because you can't compare Nigeria as a country with the USA. America has over 200 years of civilization. Nigeria is 63 years old. So why should we be comparing things based on that? People should stop the comparison. It's not healthy. We can't make any headway with that. Having said that,
And
Ujunwa,
for the fact that somebody is in abroad, you are in a foreign country, it's not your home. Home is always home. You get your relationship can never be the same. Imagine like in Nigeria, you know how you'll be indoors and you'll be tired. You just walk out into one shop or into one salon and you sit down. Even you just want to wash your
Really?
hair, you wash your hair and gist
Hmm.
away time and you go home. You
Enjoy
know,
in this Nigeria.
you can't get such a thing. In abroad, before you even go to salon, you have to take appointment.
that is true. That is true. Welcome, welcome, Uju. Let's give Uju the opportunity to talk. She's also a mother. She lives in the US and she also has family abroad. So, Uju, what do you have to
Yes.
say?
Yes. I agree with you, host. The comparison is not necessary. Just
Welcome,
like
ma.
thank you, Treasure Gist. Thank you so
Welcome,
much.
Omoju. Good evening, ma.
Hey, Delicious Amy. Hi, how are you? Yeah, the way I see it is just is based on individual. Let me give you an illustration. Let's take a lady in Nigeria that lives in the village. She goes to the stream to fetch water. She washes her clothes with her hands. She cuts firewood, she cooks outside and all that. And then she has the opportunity to come abroad. What will you think the lady will say? I'm in heaven because she has exactly because she has maybe she got married to a comfortable man. She has everything. She has washing machine, You know, she has at least good road. She's not. She has a stove to cook with. You see, to her that is an upgrade. She can handle anything that comes her way. Because I've had friends that will testify that their life back home was horrible, that coming here was a lifesaver. You see that? And some people that are comfortable in Nigeria will come here and realize that, I have to do virtually everything by myself. I have to do the laundry, I'm the cook, I'm the driver, and every other thing that comes with it. It becomes depressing because they are not used to that kind of life. You see where I'm coming from? So for us, we cannot compare. It depends on the individual. Let me tell you, after there was a time I visited home, back home, Nigeria. My dear, the way they were calling me madam, I said, is it me they are calling madam? Do you understand? Because here I'm like a servant. I do everything. Who will call you madam? They'll call you ma'am. Okay. Who will call you madam? And he's like, my sister, she's well off. Yeah. She's well off. She'll get her driver, madam. She'll open they'll open the door for me. I say, eh? I was just like, my sister will say, it's fun. What's your eh? What name was a driver? Okay, see, this place now, you be the driver now. Who go open door for you? You are everything. So whenever I go to Nigeria, they enjoy you. Just listen. If you're comfortable in Nigeria, you will enjoy your life there. There's nothing because you have a cook.
But would you let me come in here before you continue? Okay. It all depends on how we see this enjoyment. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I was okay. I had no responsibility whatsoever when I was living in Nigeria.
Yeah.
As a young girl, I had no single responsibility. I had my beautiful car that I bought. After all, I was a banker. I bought my car myself, brand new. But Ujue, I cried in Lagos that I wanted to leave the whole city, the whole state of Lagos.
Yeah, not everybody can survive.
I will be on traffic. I'll be looking at my house, but I'll be on traffic for 3 hours.
Yeah.
And I can't abandon my car on the road to walk, to trek home. Yeah. So it all depends on how we look at what is really.
I know people that are enjoying, and I'm talking about those that I know that are really enjoying. Yeah. Lagos is not for me.
Lagos is not it.
Enugu born and bred.
Now you're talking wine, Mama.
Yeah, the time I went to Lagos, I cried.
Thank you.
I cried because the first time I went to Lagos was, processing my papers to come to America. Hey, I said, Oginine Meva, what is happening? Oh my God. My cousin dropped me. He said, okay, take a bus to whatever. I said, okay. Before one bus come, everybody will jump and enter. I said, hey, what is going on? This bus is not stopping. Even, that day I had to go back home. I wept. My cousin said, what happened? I said, I couldn't. Everybody, they were rushing the buses, my dear. And then my cousin said, okay, I'm going to give you somebody to help you. Then
okay, you think it has changed? That was before you came to America. Ask Emmy. Emmy lives in Lekki, axis of Lagos. Some of them will wake up at 3 a.m. because they are going to work.
Because that's why if I'm explaining something, people don't understand me.
That's why I tell them
thank God somebody understands me now.
There is no quality of life in that state.
I tell them, Wale, I cannot survive in Lagos. And when I finally entered the bus one time, the driver started screaming, hey, he's on fire. The gearbox is on fire. Fire. I said, what is going on? Hey, the bus is on fire. We jumped out. Hi, I said, you know what, nothing will bring me to this Lagos. I said, God, if you will help me process this paper, nobody will see my legs in Lagos again. You see, because I'm Enugu bred now. I'm Bajibon. And they call us in the gown a back, belt in a back, because when you go to the bus stop, the bus will stop, you enter.
Will stop completely.
Exactly. And most of us don't even enter buses, you know. You have people to drive us to go. That experience was horrible. Do you know what saved me? That day I came, and there was a long line at the, visa immigration office. So I saw a classmate. The person called me, Uju. I said, hi. I said, I'm dead. I'm dead. He's like, what is going on? I'm like, I don't know how to do this. I'm supposed to be here for interview and all that. She said, don't worry. My sister-in-law is going through the same process. Maybe you should come to my house and both of you will be going together. At least you guys will charter a taxi and, I said, really? Is it? That was what saved my life. I went to her house. I stayed in her house with her sister-in-law. What we do in the morning, we charter a taxi. The taxi will take us to where we want to go, because you have to do the blood test, you have to do that and all that.
Yeah.
And after that, the taxi will bring us back. I said, hallelujah. Even because I called my husband, I'm like, I can't do this. I cannot. Forget about it. So that is for them, when they come to abroad here, where everything is, because I don't live in New York. There are some places that are really, the traffic is really bad. Like when you talk about California, LA,
California and New York, yeah.
New York and all that. But it depends on your location, because everything is location, and everything is your pocket. And you have to be wise too. Know what you can handle. Nigeria those days, hey, they'll have wine carrying and you see people coming to your house and, you're happy. But here is different. That's why many are on antidepressants. But I thank God that there are some areas where we have more Nigerians and, they have those parties. Like when I went to Houston, Texas to visit a friend of mine, I say, this is second Nigeria.
I tell you, you won't miss a thing.
You won't miss a thing.
This is summer. If you see party, it has lined up for me now from Saturday.
Not even that. And you want to eat issue. They say, go to that joint.
Yeah.
I said, whoa. So that's just the way it is. It depends on the location where you are.
Yes.
And if you are in a location that is predominantly white, non-Nigerians, you will not find it
funny at all.
Easy, funny, but you get used to it. You get used to what you have. So what am I trying to say? I will not say, just like you said, Amy, living in Lagos, some people will go to work in the morning and they'll come back maybe 10 p.m. That is not funny because of the traffic.
They'll come back 11 p.m., some of them 12 a.m., and they will wake up again at 3. They'll be at the bus stop at 4 a.m. to go to VI.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, let me recheck. Yeah, Treasure is everyone they crazy for
Lagos. everyone they craze for Lagos.
But I said that day, Lagos is not for me. Thank you, Lagosians. I love you guys. I toile for you, but that experience, no. But that is just what I wanted to just, share, because it depends on an individual. Mm-hmm. It depends on what you've gone through or your pocket.
Yeah.
Some people are comfortable, just like I said. When you go to Enugu, some people are comfortable there. Mm-hmm. And it depends. And even here, you can make it. Make it in the sense that I know when I came, years and years ago, when I came, I'm not the same person now.
Definitely.
My comfort is higher than what it was. But people should realize that when you come, you have to work. You have to put in the effort.
Yeah.
Do you understand? You cannot stay in the same place. You need to make progress so that you can afford those things that will make your life a little much easier. And I always say it depends on what you want in life. Some people like to show off. They spend their money in what they wear, their looks and all that. Some like to invest. Some like to make their life a little bit more comfortable. I remember when we bought our second home, we are going, looking for homes. And then my husband just saw this home. It was a huge house. I said, we're not going to buy this. He said, why, honey? It's nice, it's spacious, it's better. I'm like, because I can't clean it. He said, but we can clean it together. I'm like, you clean. I said, no, no, no. I cannot. I will not. I said, we better get this other one that is a little smaller than that one. But he said, but if you look at that one he wanted, that's a beautiful home. It's huge. It's huge. But I looked at it, I said, I can't take care of it.
Yeah.
So he said, okay, what do you want us to do? I'm like, there must be somebody coming to clean it.
To clean,
for
yeah.
me to agree. Do you understand? Because
Yes.
if I had agreed, I would have put more stress on my head.
On yourself, yeah.
Trying to clean a big house on top of cooking, on top of working. Yeah, we agreed then, okay, we have to budget. Somebody needs to come to clean it, to be cleaning it. And that was okay with me. So we have to know what you can handle.
Yeah.
Don't just do things because others are doing. Know what you can handle abroad. Do you understand? And in Nigeria, they suffer, just like you talked about Lagos. Some of them don't have health. Some of them do everything that we do here. And think about it. We have a system that works. They don't have a system that works. Do you understand? So it can be frustrating for them. Think about it. Okay, standing in the gas station for hours looking for a fuel. Think about that. Not having constant supply of electricity, you cook soup, before you know it, NEPA will take life for 3 days, everything will spoil. So we have to weigh those things too. I know they say we suffer. Let me tell you, I better suffer here than back home in Nigeria, no matter how comfortable I am.
Yeah.
You understand?
Me too.
Yeah, better suffer here because we have a system that works and all that. Yeah. All right, guys, thank you. That's my 2 cents.
Thank you so much. Beautiful, beautiful Uju Talk Show. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for gracing our occasion today. Thank you for being here and your contribution. I value them. I appreciate you. And I'm so thankful for your presence. Thank you so much.
Thank you, host.
Emmy, the thing is this, we cannot do 50-50. I completely disagree. Rosie Ketch, thank you for being here. All of you in the comment section, you guys are amazing.
Host, I want to quickly say a big thank you to Uju's Talk Show. She has said everything. In fact, God bless that woman. She has said everything that I want to say. I live in Lagos, so me, I know wetin that they use my eyes see. So maybe when I'm explaining myself, people don't understand. Maybe when I'm trying to explain that, hey, even that abroad and here for me, there's no difference. So people don't understand. My mom lives on the mainland, but finds it very, very hard to come visit me here. Why? Because most of the time she spent almost 10 hours in traffic. Uber bringing her to my area is nothing less than 11,000 naira in the same Lagos. Taking her back at least 13,000-14,000 if there is no traffic. So meaning inside the same state, I'm paying almost 30,000 to invite someone. I've not seen my mom for the past 1 year. Why? Because I don't have that strength to go and sit in traffic right now. I don't have it. And it's ready and it's raining now. Everywhere is flooded in Lagos. I'm not ready. There was a day I sat in traffic, my boot legs.
Let me make some suggestions for you. There are times you can actually go to Lagos and beat the traffic. Okay? You have to be mindful of those times. That living in Lagos and Lagos traffic should not stop you from seeing your mother. It's not enough. I will still say it is not enough. They don't have so much time. You understand?
There's food.
If you can figure out those times when the traffic is less, that's the time you can begin your journey. And if you're a self-employed person, you can even achieve it better than somebody whose time is caged because he works or she works for somebody. So putting those factors together and figure out how to bridge that gap and see your mom. I don't see that as an excuse, especially when you guys.
My mom came during Christmas. Maybe during my husband's birthday, she will come. I'm not going to mainland. I used to let her come.
Okay, I have Rosie Ketch. Rosie Ketch says she doesn't have help. At least I'm ready for Obodo Igbo. See, Emmy, you're a very good candidate for Bodo because you've been doing things for yourself, so it wouldn't be a problem. Rosie Ket, you're a good candidate for Bodo. What I will say here for those that want to japa, remember your president said he can even japa if anybody gives him trouble. So if a president is japaing, I don't know what the citizens are going to do. I just want to bring in this humor here. CM, when we look at this thing critically, it's not a thing we should compare. That's the angle I'm going about. We cannot compare because you cannot compare the two countries. They did not start development the same day. They are not working in the same pace. So a lot of things are still very horrible in Nigeria. Assuming the comparison between Nigeria and Ghana, I can understand, I can relate. It will be more realistic than comparing Nigeria to the US or to Europe. There is no reality in those comparisons. And again, what I'm saying here, I know people might live in Lagos, they will not have help, live in the city, they will not have help, but it's easier in the sense that now Africa, we are communal, we are together. You have a church you attend to. Your church will know when you're pregnant. They will know all of those. When I was a young lady, a young girl in Lagos, I was in the choir. I didn't do usher. I was choir. I was intercessor and all of that. And those people can come around, especially when you're young. They will come around. They have big people in the group. They will ask you, how are you doing? What is it? From there, you bond closeness and all of that. This is even church society. And likewise, those things are also possible here. But because we cannot, everybody's time is different. Our cultures are different. So it's extremely difficult to have it the way we have it back in Nigeria. And somebody will say, why am I saying they should not compare? I'm not saying people in Nigeria are not going through stress. I myself, last week was one of the most stressful period for me because my mother's house help, I got my mother's house help from my mom. The girl has lived with my mother for over a year and suddenly she wants to go without any notice. She wants to go. So I called her, is mama doing anything bad? She said no. Then what is the problem? That her father was calling her that it's farm period, so they need her to come to help them farm. I said, if your father had needed help, they would have told you, maybe you could have sent money for them to hire laborers, you understand, to do the work for instead of pulling you out from where you were. Then and I said, okay, you can't leave by yourself because somebody brought you to my house. I don't want you to leave where you don't get home. Your people are going to arrest the lady that brought you, and the lady is going to be my responsibility. So I need you to give me time. Let me contact this person so that the lady will come. Under 24 hours, giving it 36 hours, within 2 days, less than 2 days, the lady got a replacement for me. Okay, that's why we are talking about availability of having access to these things. The lady got a replacement that she's supposed to take to my mother's place and then pick up the other girl. You understand? On getting to my mom's place, my mother had to run tests on this lady. They ran tests. Lo and behold, the girl came pregnant. So right now, we don't have a help for my mom. Am I finding it funny? No. Are we looking for? Yes. We know all of those difficulties can happen. But let me also say this here. My mom now, she has moved to the village completely. Somebody can come into the gate. Mama, do you need help? What do you want to do? They will do that. But overseas, nobody can. It's only the government that can provide those services for you if you apply. And whereby you don't apply, you don't know where to apply. You might by me in your house and nobody will know. The only thing that your neighbors might get to know is the smell when it starts zooming out. Neighbors will know, oh, this person, yeah, something is smelling there, they will call police. But it's not completely the same. That's why I'm saying the comparison shouldn't be there at all. And I don't know, maybe you guys can correct me. I could be wrong on this one. For Nigerians back home, Emmy gave an example of a lady that will give birth 3 weeks, they're back to work. Those are rare situations in Nigeria, but most times overseas. It's not that they cannot afford to take off leave, no, but because they want to make money. Because your company, your organization, whichever we are working for, should be able to give you that maternity leave. But because our people, money is very important here than taking some rest, especially when the families are young. struggling for finances, that's where the problem comes in. So I'm going to drop my link for any other person that wants to come and share opinion with us here. My link will be down, and I really appreciate all of you. Checkers TV, thank you for joining me here. So if you have something to say, please, the link is down for you to go ahead and contribute your quota. All right. So, Emmy, I have a question since you're still here on the stage with me. Let me read.
Okay.
Said, but our sister have two nannies before she leaves. One in Abuja have two. Yeah, you people are lucky if you can get nanny. Nanny is not easy these days. It's not. To get a good one is not
And
easy.
most of them are thieves.
Yeah, to get a good one is not. This second one that came under 2 days, the result came out on the third day she was pregnant. My mother said no. I told Mama, no, you can't be nursing. Your nanny cannot be pregnant in your house. I don't want to risk. She had to go. The girl wanted to stay my mother's wrapper. He never even stayed for 4 days. So you can understand. You don't know who you're bringing to your house. Sometimes it's better you bring closer family. But my mother said there is nobody in the village anymore. Everybody is not a big girl. So Emmy, when you were talking about that was why I was laughing. My mother said
Yes,
nobody,
now
nobody's
nobody is sending their children for house girl again. If you
that's what
even call, you know how many times I've called, they'll say nobody's in the village.
honestly.
You
I
said
was
you have a question for me.
Yeah, I have a question. What do you think about that Lily's video? And then comparing it with Ekweme's experience, especially Diana coming from Nigeria, moving overseas. So
Okay.
what do you think about the Lily's video?
Okay. When I, joined your program and I heard you talking about this video, I quickly went to, watch some clips of the video. I think the few minutes I watched, going to like 6 minutes after this program, I'll then go and complete it. I think Lily was just trying to, just express her one or two opinions because she always gets comments like, oh, you're enjoying, you have nanny, you have this, you have that. I think she was just trying to explain that, oh, it's not that rosy like that. Oh, most of these house girls, they are just like adult babies. You are still the one that is telling them what to do. You tell them sweep, they will sweep it anyhow. You will see how to come and sweep it yourself. So she was just trying to explain that it's not as rosy as you guys, see it. And with the Diana situation, I just think that Diana is just being impatient, in my own opinion. Why am I saying she's just being impatient? And I'm glad she has, taken time to, rest and arrange things. You have 3 children, and these children are still babies. You understand?
Yeah,
And now, before Yes, now before moving to Saudi Arabia with your hobby, I believe those things she was complaining about, hobby already knew those things and already told her that, babe, see the one or two things we see over here. That was why when she started complaining, I was like, did hobby not tell her before coming over? So I just feel that Diana should just calm down. She'll be fine. I I bet you 3 children, she's not going to run crazy or anything. She'll be fine. When I say she'll be fine, I'm using myself as an example. I run my business by myself. I do my market runs myself. The day a dispatch rider has stolen my 5 liters of pepper turkey before.
what did you say? Stole your 5 liters
Yes,
of pepper turkey.
yes. That's what sometimes I'm saying people don't really
Hunger
understand. Can
dey
this thing happen
country.
abroad?
Hunger
Can
dey
it happen
country.
abroad? It
Yes,
cannot happen abroad. Police will
it
track
can
him down
happen.
now.
It can happen, but the thing is that they can be tracked. But Nigeria, I don't know how they can.
See, today I'm calling the guy's number. He's not picking. This thing is 2 months now. 2 months. That day I cried.
I know. First of all, you disappointed your client. Secondly, the money involved, the labor. I can understand. But
So you
hunger dey land.
get so you get me. I clean my house myself. I'm the nanny, I'm the cook, I'm the everything. I still go for family functions, especially outside Lagos, because they experience less traffic in those areas. I have not died. I'm still a YouTuber. I'm still a wife. So I just feel that Anywhere you find yourself, you will always adjust. Even if nanny price comes down to 30,000, I don't want a nanny. Before person go snatch my husband for me, I don't want. I have a routine that works for me. I know how I do my things. If I have maybe 100 pieces, oh, I call workers come and work for me. And as they're working for me, I'm opening my eyes. They stole my 5 liters King's oil. Just after the work, I discovered that my oil is gone. Basmati rice, I bought 14 packs. They stole 7. They're all shouting, nanny, nanny, nanny. These people are thieves. 7, I didn't see that girl till today. Yes. The wristwatch I used to my traditional wedding, that I know how much hubby bought it for me. It was a lady that stole it till today. It is still they pain me. My engagement ring, I never see them till today.
Wow.
So what are we saying? Is it not better I do my thing by myself? It's better for me now. I do my thing by myself. Look for a routine that works for me. Anytime I feel depressed, I can talk to my husband. If he's not there, I watch YouTube. Vicky's Corner is there with the reaction and Choice TV. I laugh and chill. I don't have neighbors I can talk to. So that's why I always say that this thing, for you, it might favor you. For me, it might not favor me. For me, Diana to just calm down. She will be fine. She has a supportive hobby. She doesn't have a 9 to 5. So meaning she can, stay at home anytime she wants to do her thing. She will just be fine. And for Lily, she will be fine.
That's the angle I want to talk about. Okay. I want us to see the reality. Like I said, this is a tell it all. You understand? If you have anything to share, please jump in and share with us. For when you come into the country, you have, first of all, you come with your degrees and all of that. It depends on what, even those that are already nurses in Nigeria, they have to go write board exam to pass. Some people will pass it once. Some people will write it for 7 times before they pass. I know of somebody that wrote and wrote. She got tired of writing the board exam. So she's working a job less than her certificate because she couldn't pass American board exam. So if you figure fit in on what works for you and then you start making babies, those are the most challenging times for any couple. When the kids are coming, once the kids are coming, your finances is already shared. Remember, you brought a wife, your finances is shared between 2 people now. Then you're making babies, is going down, you're sharing the money. So the wife needs to contribute. That's where the women come in. They will get job, they will start working, and then baby 1, baby 2, baby 3. You understand? For those that are not fortunate to have their mothers overseas, they are the ones going to figure out what works for them. I'm not saying that life is so rosy at any angle. No. Are there things I miss about Nigeria? Yeah, number 1 I miss about Nigeria is my snail, pepper snail. That is number 1 thing I miss. And then my friends, we've passed way past those. I still talk to few. I don't talk to others as well. But that pepper snail, I make it myself here. But the snail is not as fresh as the one I will get from Nigeria. My own don't day fridge, so only God knows how long. So it's not the same when you look at it. So those are the small things we miss. But do I want to have it a different way? No. Because if I tell you, going with my experience from Lagos, I wouldn't trade for anything. And I came to a state, my first landing point port when I got here was Atlanta. I live in a university environment in Atlanta, Kennesaw State, and that's where I went to school. So I live around that area, calm, peaceful, beautiful. They will say, they were asking us where we live in it's mostly dominated by Oyibos. It was peaceful, it was calm. So the interaction with our folks were so limited. Then I moved to the state where I currently live. This is completely Oyibo state. When I mean completely Oyibo state. But how do we get along? We have our communities. We have African communities. We have Igbo, strong Igbo community. As a matter of fact, it was my state that started the first Igbo community in the US. Then Houston picked it up. Houston had the largest number of Nigerians, Houston and California. You understand? So Houston became very loud. But our community base here is very strong. For young mothers, Some people will volunteer. No. The nurses will teach you because you have to go through the training. Say your first time mom, they will teach you how to hold the baby, how to do this, how to breastfeed, and all of those training. But young mothers will come and wang in miracle the proper way. Overseas, if you give birth, they will give you ice block to eat. I ate those ice blocks. So I called my mother. Say, Mama, they gave me ice block and ice cream and all of that and pudding. My mother say ice block, man. They don't have tea. That you give miracle. He said, Mama, I asked the doctor, he said ice block is fine. So those are the differences we experience. But even this, when I see them press water on the belly, I said I did not press the water. My belly is not protruding. I did not press any jack. I beg. So, and I'm fine. But that's our
Is
culture.
that pressing water something? Is food though? It's
Is it
food.
food?
Yes, it's
Food.
food. I feel like, yes, some women, sorry to cut you. Hello everybody. Hello everybody. Good evening. Good
Hello,
evening.
Rosie Sweet. You're
Welcome.
welcome.
Hi. From my experience, after I gave birth, you
Mhm,
understand, even though I had a cesarean, you get. So from
mhm.
my experience, they said, oh, cesarean will make your stomach big and everything. Actually, before I even gave birth, always had a flatter tummy for my size. You understand? I've always had a small tummy, but even my pregnancy was not so big. But after I gave birth, I think I noticed that maybe one of the things that make our stomach big as Nigerian women might be our diet.
Yeah.
My mom was around for 3 months, and my mom, like, she made sure I didn't have milk for 3 months. I didn't taste any sugar. If I eat Jimmy Rock, just small yam, then the pepper soup. Like, after I gave birth, I lost so much weight. It was when she now left, I was now eating my rishi. I now gained weight back. My stomach was, as in, my child was in the hospital, and people will be asking me, did you say you gave birth through CS? Because there was no stomach. Do you understand? There was no stomach. So I now realize, so I advise my friends who have CS or anything, I say, what I noticed from my own experience is your diet post-delivery is very important. So
Yeah.
my mom made sure that I didn't eat anything that would just, go and dog around your body. You'll be eating, you'll be getting. I did not drink tea. African Nigerian women after CS, they'll say in the word nurse to say, don't drink that Milo. I don't know if they feel like if the husband buys that biggest Milo container, he's the one that has more money. You have to pack all the Milo, put inside cup, pour milk. The tea will be very, very thick. So you're gonna say you walk through the valley of the shadow of death and you came out alive. You understand? I understand the whole Omugo tea and everything, but see that Omugo tea, I did not drink it. I didn't drink it. When I was in Lagos, my cousin gave birth. My cousin is very slim. Your people like this. She don't born 3.5, safe now she get belly, but she's thick man, like very slim. Agbani Darego. Me now, if I breathe oxygen, I gain weight. I was not following my cousin to drink Omugo tea. She makes in cup. I will follow her. By December, we went back. It was only my nose. You could not see my nose. My nose hid inside my cheeks. I gained so much weight. She who was eating the same thing as me didn't gain weight too. You see? So I now knew that this Omugo tea is not a joke. This Omugo
Oh
tea
wait,
can
is
fatten
anything
women.
like omugo tea?
Yes, there's this tea women drink after they give birth. They say that it's tea of Omugo. That hot tea. They say they want to be drinking hot tea.
No,
They'll
it's
put.
hot water, pepper soup they give you now.
Yes, now there's tea, there's hot water, but after that few weeks that your stomach has started recovering, women, when they wake up in the morning from after you give birth, now you drink tea for breast milk.
Ha!
That kind of thing. Me, I didn't drink. It was pap I was drinking. I know pap is healthy. I was drinking pap without sugar and milk. I got used to it. My taste buds got used to it. There's nothing you cannot do. I got used to it, and it helped my stomach even till now. So even if I give birth to 2, 3, and my stomach adds, you understand, it's not going to be, when you are fighting from something. Now, if it's adding from what it is right now, it's not like adding from something very big. Do you get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I think it's diet. So I called, because of this,
Yeah,
help
the
something
conversation. Please, let's
and
hear your
Nigeria. You know
opinion.
that me, I am a Nigerian living in Obodo, but I don't have help. I don't have help. When you are talking about bringing somebody from the village, people in the village don't used to come for help again. No, they are now grown. They don't want stress.
That's what I
And
heard.
also, when it comes to family, I think what they call it, the expectation might be much. Some people will say, they wanted the person to train them in school, maybe in a different school, put them in the same school your children are going to, just a lot of things. And now that we are advocating for um to stop bringing underage children for help. You understand? So that's why this village thing is reducing drastically. People are now employing adults who are like 18,
Yeah.
19, 20, 21, who want to work, not like going to bring a small person from the village. Sometimes, why this village thing, they can go and bring a small person who is uneducated and start training the person in school. You get, sometimes it's to help a family that is poor and all that. But
Yes.
the issue I have with bringing a small child is, now my Louis is going to be 3 in a bit. Imagine Louis is like 8 years, and Louis cannot wash plates, for instance. I go and bring a 9 years old or 8 years old girl from the village, and I'm beating her that she didn't wash the toilet. It's my own 8 years old washing the toilet. That's what happens. That's why you see this.
Rose, this table where you want break, I no one go there.
That's why these Festac women. Somebody said something
I no
that
one
if
go
they
there.
go to Festac in Lagos and Ago, that's where Igbo businessmen and their wives live a lot. That if they want to arrest women that are maltreating their maids, half of the women will go down. Yes, it has been trending on social media now. Somebody said if they want to arrest women for maltreating maids, those women, and sometimes when all these bad things happen on social media, they say, it's an Igbo woman. Igbo women can maltreat maids. And I feel so bad. But the sad thing is when they are saying it and generalizing, when you now see the name, you see Chidinma Okereke, you see Ugochi, this one, what they are saying is kind of true. Yes, they're generalizing, but the name is an Igbo name. The next name will be an Igbo woman's name. Why? You understand? You're hurting people's children, something that your child at that age cannot do. You get? So for me, I think the first reason why maybe I don't have your help is that maybe not only child syndrome. I like my space. I like my space.
That space is very important.
I love my space. Then, what they call it, me and my husband actually agreed that if we ever have a help, the person will come, do the work, and go. You
Okay.
don't want any living help. So it's
Okay.
going to be a paid employment. You come. And for me, even if I had somebody that will cook for me, maybe my money never completes. But cooking is my love language. If I love you, I'll cook for you. If I love you, I want to feed you. You understand? So it's one of the ways I show love to people. So I will always cook my meals. You understand? So maybe if I had a help, the person won't help me do anything. Maybe just help me clean the vegetables before I come to cook and all that. So the thing that my help will really do is clean, which is why I said if I want to have a help, maybe just come 3 times a week, do deep cleaning and go. You understand? That's what I probably would do. I get that I still have one child. Maybe when I have two, I'll have a different opinion.
Yeah.
And also I'm working from home. My time is my own. I can do what I want to do
Sure.
around my time. And another thing, like I always say on your show, see, Nigerian men, I understand that people are providers. Odogu, our hands are up for people. But they try they wash plates. But they try they clean house. Housework is nobody's mate. Hey!
Did you
You
see there
understand?
was a trend that went on in Instagram about what you just said? If you think you're bringing your wife to be your cook, your whatever, I can't remember the way the person said it.
Yeah.
Please employ labor to be doing all of that if you cannot
Yeah. This
contribute.
is even going to be one of the videos I'm going to make now because this whole conversation is actually very, very dicey. See my Louis is hitting the door. I lock the door so that he will not enter.
Darling Nanga, thank you for being here. Thank you.
Yeah.
Uju said
So
paid employment is the best. Come do your work and go.
and go,
Absolutely.
if I
Absolutely.
have extra stuff I want to give you, I give you. Sisuju, good evening. I give you extra stuff. It's not like you're not solely dependent on me. I'm paying you at the end of the month. Any month I have extra cash I can give you. Any month I don't have, you don't expect me to do, for you. If I have, I do. If I don't have, everybody go the rest that month. So I think that when it comes to Nigerian men, because they provide, a lot of them provide solely. You understand? They don't want to do any housework.
Hmm.
That's how their fathers were.
That one will
Their
not work
fathers
here.
provided. So when they came back home, they would cross leg and watch TV. But now a lot of women are supporting. A lot of women are supporting in one way or the other. Might not
Let
be
me
full
crack you
time.
guys up a little. I know of a
Yeah.
lady. She moved in here. She got her citizenship, so she filed papers for her husband. And then her husband, come now, guys, it's time for you to come so you can get your citizenship. The man say, am I coming with my steward and my driver and my my cleaner?
Can you imagine?
The wife said, no, now you're coming alone. He said, okay, so that I'll start washing my clothes. That was the man's
There's washing
question.
machine now. What's up?
So it takes me back to what we just said when she came here. If you're very comfortable, here will not work for you. And that is the truth. Because if you come here, you know that independency that you did not have when you were like you had a lot of people doing things for you.
Mm-hmm.
You have to come here and start washing your boxers. You wash your singlet. You clean your bathroom when it's dirty, and all of that. For those that hire maids to come and clean, maid doesn't clean after you overseas. They come either once a month, or maybe you employ them for 2 times monthly to come. So as you're brushing, you know the way you brush and then you run off. Your house help or whatever at home is ready to clean up the whole place before you come back in the day. Those are the privileges where you have them. So this man say, they come and make they hold their citizenship. Say, they come. He
I
refused to.
think these things Isuju said earlier, because I was listening to her, it's part of the reasons why it looks like Nigerian women have a lot to do. Is the way the system is, set up. This whole light issue is a big deal. You understand? Like me, where I stay, we have Nigerian standard. I would say we have constant electricity because like we can stay a whole day and they're not taking lights. So we can stay like, let's say, in a week. Basically, we have good lighting where I stay, like 2 days, 3 days, they've not taken light. And I just take it in a whole, like today, I think they took it for like 30 minutes and there has been light throughout. So I made soup yesterday. So right now I have 3 different soups in the freezer and the fridge. I've already made meat sauce for Louis that can last him 3 weeks to go to school if I want to, you know. So basically what happens for me, it helps me also since I don't have help. I can cook, stock up the fridge, just maybe label the soups and put in the freezer. And for like weeks, I'm not cooking unless I'm making small pasta or making eba for my husband for the soup, or just making small meals for Louis. I'm not doing like the whole cooking from scratch. Or I can go to the market, buy things and store in the freezer because I have light. But I know a lot of people who every evening they have to make fresh food because the one they made yesterday would spoil if they make big quantities. So
Yeah.
imagine a woman who has 3 children coming back from work and coming to cook. Then Nigerian teachers will give plenty homework. That's another one. They can't give assignments. See, small Louis started school day before yesterday. The last homework I did on Monday, I was even angry doing it because my hands were paining me. I'm like, how many pages are is this assignment? So you have 3 children you are doing homework for. You have husband to feed
But
who
let
came
me
back
ask,
tired.
you're talking about homework. Is the homework not meant for the child to do? Do you have to write it for the child?
No, I'm not helping. I'm assisting him. Louis just started school is like helping him hold his hand to hold his pencil well to
Okay,
trace and all
okay,
that.
okay, to
So I have
trace
to
the
assist him. If
lines.
not, he will just be scribbling on the whole paper. It's not
Okay,
like he yes. So I have to
okay.
assist him.
So, Rosie,
It's
one
not
more
like we
question I
are.
have for you so that you can conclude. In your own neighborhood, do you relate with your neighbors? Because Amy is having a very hostile estate. How is your own environment like? Do you know your neighbors? Do you guys say hi?
For me, I'm sorry. I don't even want to be harsh. Oh. I'm a loner. I am a serious loner. Like I'm a jolly good fellow. I see you. I can hug you. We're good. But like I feel like I love everybody. My heart is huge, you understand, but I'm not somebody who needs people. Not like I don't need people. I don't need a lot of friends. Or I don't have a lot of friends because of maybe the way I was brought up. Inside house, only child, no relationship like that. So I'm just inside the house. My husband too is a homebody. You understand? My husband is a homebody, so most times from work he's back home, we're in the house, like like that. So for my neighbors, they are great too. Funny enough, they are great. Like we're like 4 people in my compound, and like I can just be at the balcony and somebody drives in. Oh hi, it's been a while. Hi, and that's it.
Okay.
Then
Okay. Because
okay,
what you
funny,
just
one of my
explained
neighbors
is
is
the
a
standard
pediatrician.
thing I know
You
about
get
neighbors in
yes,
Nigeria.
and he treats Louis free of charge.
Okay. You see?
Yes, and he treats Louis free of charge. My pediatrician doctor and neighbor,
Wow.
he treats Louis free of charge. He has seen us in the hospital like a couple of times, and that's the hospital he works. And he's like, no, no, it's nothing too serious. Don't come here. I don't like children come to the hospital. Just if he has any issues, call me. You understand? And there's time he'll have rashes. He'll come over to our house, check him. Sometimes he'll tell us, go run this test. We run the test. He gives treatment. Like, so he's like our family doctor now. We don't pay a dime. We just buy
Wow.
maybe the drugs if he prescribes. Yes, that's the Nigerian thing you get. So it's just like after my
So
father-in-law's burial in
you
December,
know
in
why
January, when
I
we got
asked
back, I brought
what
back.
the reason why I asked you about your
Yeah.
neighborhood is because of Amy's experience in her neighborhood. And then she said it wasn't just the election, that it was a little hostile. The election
Mm,
now, made it more pronounced. So what you experience is what I know Nigerian neighbors. But if what Emmy is going through in her area,
Uh-oh.
that means Nigeria is going towards the bad
Yes.
side. Because if citizens cannot live together in a community, that is the height of it. You're not free when you're living because you speak Igbo is a problem, you speak Hausa is a problem, your Yoruba is a problem. That means that the tribalism in
You
Nigeria
know,
is
it was
going to be
worse in
getting better.
Lagos. It was worse in Lagos. So for us, everybody, I think now it's not like
I'm
before.
happy
You
that
know,
someone is understanding where I was coming from. I'm very, very happy. Very,
yeah.
very happy.
You know, the communal living thing is not as intense as it used to be before, but at least for me, we don't just go knocking on each other's door for anything. Like we can just stay sometimes. I think I traveled for like a week and my neighbor didn't know I traveled. You understand? That's how, but at least if you need something, like my neighbor's children and my child goes to the same school. So the school bus drops them off in the afternoon. I just, before I climb up, I'm making sure the children are in front of me. I don't leave them because they're older than Louis. You know, I don't leave them before I take Louis upstairs. Then what else? You know, okay, she was even telling me last week I called her that her husband is going to travel, so my husband will do the drop off in the morning for her kids. Just simple things like that. If my husband travels, her husband can do drop off for Louis in the morning. You know, the school bus brings them back in the evening, in the afternoon. So
Yeah.
it's better. It's something that you can always call on your neighbor if you need help, you know, with something. Everybody's not just minding their business. We're not just minding our business. So I think I have great neighbors generally. I think I have great neighbors. So
That's great
yeah.
story to hear, honestly. Emmy, I'm still trying to
I mean,
fathom
sorry,
how.
I mean, you're staying on Etiosa. Etiosa had issues.
Ah, Rosie, tell them the story now. Election day, government election,
No,
they
you know,
wipe me
Etiosa
cane.
had issues
They
during
wipe
the
me cane for
election.
back. Married woman.
Ah, sorry. Can you imagine? Etiosa had
Okay, you
plenty
see,
issues during
Vicky
the
is also
election.
having good neighbors. So, Emmy, that one is just particular to your area. It's so unfortunate that people are behaving that way. I don't know when
Mm,
an Igbo man will actually be welcome in that country called Nigeria. It's unfortunate. That's the way I'm
yes.
going to sum it. It's very unfortunate because the other day my husband was like, when we talk about racism here, the word in Nigeria is not racism, it's
It's worse.
tribalism. And
It's
it's even deeper because people
right.
can go to diabolical way because of it.
Mm,
Here, they don't believe in any of those juju. Highest they will use push, push, push and take the person's life, and that's where it ends. It's unfortunate that it's so bad in that Etios that you guys talked about. I
yeah.
really pray it gets better so that people can live like civil human beings, you understand, and then live in peace as well. So,
Mm.
Rosie, we're talking
Yeah.
about Lily Pope's video. She made a video comparing life overseas and saying abroad mothers, they have it a lot better than them living in Nigeria. That most of them
Wow.
do 9 to 5. They will still come back. Bad road, bad electricity, kidnapping. They don't have nanny. When you have nanny, some of them will come and go. Some of them don't know how to take care. So I said, first of all, I don't know why she's making comparison because if you want to compare Nigerian moms living in Nigeria and Nigerian moms living overseas, you have to start with the countries. American civilization is over 200 years. Nigeria is just 63 years old. So they don't stand on the same level. There is electricity, unless if you don't pay your bills, they will cut off your light overseas. They don't give mercy.
Mm.
There is water, steady water. If you don't pay, they will cut it off. There is nothing like, I beg you, make I corner you, give you something behind. No. You wouldn't even know when they come to turn off your water. You just turn your tap, is no water. You now start asking, oh, I forgot that bill. But for some states, they don't cut you off immediately. But some states, immediately you don't pay, they will take you off. So it all depends on where you find yourself. So when I watched that video, I said no. When I listened to her and the way she compared it, I now remember Diana Ekwueme moving into Saudi Arabia and all the videos she made after which she moved in, none of them were anything to talk about her experience in Port Harcourt. She had it well working for her. Her mother was with her nanny. She had her friends,
Mm.
but staying overseas, it was a total different game for Diana. So I
Yeah.
looked at
A
it. I
busy
said,
husband.
yeah, a busy husband, no neighbor, no friend, nobody to
Mm.
open your door to come and chat with you. So it's never the same. And we're gonna move a little to see about all these things I'm talking about. And now Lily lives in Oka, for example.
Yeah.
She knows her neighbor. She can easily walk across her neighbors and have a good chat. There is this mama across her that she talks about most of the times in her video. Those
Mm.
ones are something that people don't understand how important those things are. Chatting with somebody, you're taking away some stress off you. You're smiling, you're laughing, you're bringing something positive into your
Mm.
life. Those things are not applicable where the society is so tight, or rather too civilized, because what Emmy is going through in her neighborhood is overly, they're trying to do more than the Oyibos in that
Mm.
neighborhood. That is not Nigerian, that is not African, in as much as we are minding our businesses, but your neighbor can still knock at your door and say, how are you doing? But not that we don't get those things here. But during the summer period, my neighbor here, there is a house just behind me here. She does farming. She brings food for me all the time. I have
Yes.
excess cabbage. I have excess zucchini. I have thyme. I have rosemary. She will bring all of those. Sometimes I can't say no because I don't know if I say no, maybe she will frown. I go
Mm.
carry zucchini where I know go chop because I know I'm not a very good fan of zucchini. And so I
Mm.
go say, oh, thank you so much. It's gonna go a long way. I say, the zucchini will be in my fridge and rotting. But the other thing she bring, like tomatoes, I
Mm.
appreciate those too because that's what I eat all the time. You understand? But that is my neighbor. We live in a cul-de-sac. We have like 6 homes where we live. We are the only black people. Then
Oh.
my whole area, I am the only black family. So if we have 50 houses in my whole area, I'm the only black person.
Mm.
The first time a black man saw me, he was passing by and saw me. The man begin walk towards me. What's your name? I said, I was set. And so he started talking, and I spoke back. He said, "You're from Nigeria." I said, "Whoa, that was fast." He now
Mm.
said his name is Adebayo. I said, "Do you live around this place?" So he started, explaining where he lives. I said, "Wow, this is my first time of seeing somebody of my skin color in my neighborhood." So it could be a problem, it could be a disadvantage, it could be advantage. It depends on the area where you live. When we talk about zip code in the US, zip code is everything if you want to buy a home. Location, location, location. Where you buy a home, the kind of people you meet as neighbors matters a lot because some people will not want to say hi to you. Rather, they will, because of you, they will sell their house and go. It has
Mm.
happened. Because a black man came to community, most people sold their houses and left. So when you think about those kind of frustration, you can't compare it.
Mm.
You can't. It's very depressing, very discouraging, but people still thrive despite those whole situation. Vicky's corner, I do have
Hi, Vic.
the
Oh,
amiable
good
Vicky.
evening.
Vicky,
Good evening,
Vicky.
Ami. Good evening.
Vicky,
Oh, good
my
evening,
mom.
Rosette.
Vicky, my tom
How are you?
tom.
Vicky, Vicky.
Oh, oh, so I've been here cooking since. Now that I'm done giving up the food, I said let me come and play. So, guys, the thing I won't even put my mouth for now this neighbor stuff. Since other things I've not. Let me just talk about this neighbor thing. So the neighbor, nowadays, Nigeria is developing so fast now. It's not all the time your neighbor can come into your house and help you. Like, it's not like before that you can borrow matches from your neighbor, all those kind of things. These days now, depends on where you are living though. It's not like those days when we come out and do moonlight stories, sit down, gather together, clap hands in the night and go to sleep. Nigeria don't evolve. Like, e don't evolve a lot. Why some people in diaspora is still looking Nigeria one kind eye be say they know they live here, they see us for TV, so they see things na the same way. Like now, my neighbor, one of my new neighbor that came in that I like so much, like I like the lady, but I don't even know how their house look like. They don't know how my house look like. And I didn't know this lady, whether na for years she get belle, abi she get the belle come. Belle don big finish. I come say, so this woman now go come born. I go come go visit her now. Like, I don't know whether maybe when she give birth, but we don't have that system. But when we see, we
So
talk, we play, or like, good
you
morning,
have
all those kind of things.
You have
Initially,
to.
she was even greeting me, good morning, ma. When she came in, I was telling her that please, oh, don't give me good morning, ma. Oh. We might be age mate, oh, it's my body size. Oh. She started laughing because I know that that lady is my age mate. But because say I grab, she they call me good morning, ma. I had to
Vicky,
stop her
oh,
from
sorry,
calling me
make
good
I
morning,
no
ma.
forget. Make I no forget. Just want to say that when I moved into this place we are staying, right, I was about 6 months pregnant. You understand? And
Mm,
for me, sef, my belly no even show self. In fact, when I gave
mm,
birth, went to hospital and I gave birth, it was when my husband came back. Ah, where's the wife? Oh, she has given birth and everything. So, but when I came back home, my neighbors came to visit me. It's a Nigerian thing. You understand? All my
yeah.
neighbors said me when we're doing like child dedication, we invited them. So when I
Yeah,
gave
so
birth,
me now that when she born, I go
yes, you
visit
don't
her.
have to go now. When she gives birth and you go, people might build a relationship from there. But you need to go when
Yeah.
she gives.
You know, Rosie Tech, if it's like before, those days when we were growing up, if you have a new neighbor, hmm, before you know, you don't know their house, you can even help them off gas if gas they leak. But these days, to even drop key with neighbor is a problem. I don't know.
Everybody
But
they
they
get
are
key
nice
now.
people. They
Yes,
are nice. When they see the compound, hey, you are a long time, it don't end.
yes,
No
exactly.
special thing. Nobody know
That
anybody family.
yes,
Nobody know anybody village.
if they mind
But
your
before, I
business.
know when we were growing
From
up, Christmas rice, we share, give to people. So Nigeria self don't dey evolve. Like when I
Okay,
was in my
Vicky,
auntie's house in
Vicky,
Abuja,
Vicky, let me ask you, the
Hello.
Christmas rice you talked about, was it in the city or in the village?
in the city, Lagos. I grew up in Lagos now.
Okay, in the city.
Lagos, we dey share Christmas rice. You know that ceramic bowl wey get cover? Now we dey carry share rice. These days now.
Even Salah meat. I got those from
Exactly.
Lagos. So
But
now
these days,
everything changed.
to
I
even give
don't.
your neighbor food, you dey fear.
Wow.
Hello,
All right.
everyone. Good
Thank
evening.
you, Vicky, for jumping in. Thank you, Entertainment Daily. Thank you, Linda, Nenye. So now
Uh,
I have
uh,
a I have a full house here. Linda Nenye is a Nigerian living in India. Entertainment Daily is a Nigerian living in Greece. So I have Vicky is in Bayelsa, Emmy is in Lagos, and Oyoyo is in the US. So Choice TV, thank you for being here, darling. Nanga, thank you guys. Niger, you know one come up today, waiting they happen. Yomi Direct Kitchen, thank you for being here. Yomi Direct said the world is changing slowly. People don't trust each other like before. Vicky, exactly what you're talking about. You see. So, Linda, what do you have to say about living in India all by yourself? I know you have families because I think your brothers or your sisters live in India too.
okay. I watched that video that what's her name?
Vicky,
Lily Pope mentioned. I was like, what did she even know what she's talking about? Really?
exactly, exactly.
I was like, how I wish this lady will experience this thing, then she will now give her own opinion.
She
Because
has
I think
experience. She gave birth in Malaysia. Her first child was born overseas.
it was one there.
Yes, and
But
she gave the experience so that it was the most terrible thing, blah 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 blah. So I was surprised when I saw that video from her.
seriously, and okay, in times of Dina own is that we here, I gave birth on all my kids here, and so from the beginning, from pregnancy, I've been managing alone. I know the stress, I know what to expect, the outcome, and everything. But for Dina, she was having two maid. She has been pampering herself. I don't know if you're getting the point. She
Mm,
has not been that space. I think that's why it's affecting her. Her kids has been having nanny from initially, so that's why it's kind of, now that she's there without any maid, it's affecting her terrible. But for me here, I think from the beginning, I know what to expect because no one to help me. I know
mm.
what to do and what not to do, at what time to do it. So that's one thing that is affecting the Dina own. But for the people, the point she made, what some of the points. Imagine a cesarean person, a day after cesarean, you're getting up from the bed, you're doing everything by yourself. And now she's telling me that it's easy abroad. How? How?
When I watched that video, Delicious Amy, you haven't watched it in full. When you watch it, you really, really laugh. I just
How?
summed it up that Lily is using this opportunity that people are talking about her on YouTube to catch cruise. That's the only
Mm,
thing I said about
that's
it.
it. I think even for the light part that she mentioned, if you don't pay your bill, who will you see a minute and a minute. If
Your
your
life.
house is having minus in my own society, and I'm the only black, okay, coming to the neighborhood stuff. We are the only black in our entire society. We're the only black there. So making friends, Indians here, they just I'm showing in my vlogs, they like associating with us since I'm not in the side that where the racists are, because I'm a little far away from
Okay.
where the blacks, where Nigerians are mostly. So the place I am, the city I am, is few blacks that are there. So they respect and they are friendly people here. But over where the people are, where the Nigerians are massive, if you
Mm-hmm.
see the complaint, if you
Mm-hmm.
see the complaint, one even has to pack out of her house because the landlady caught her with vegetarian, I mean non-veg, like our chicken, our fish, and everything. They had to sign off the document that day that they are leaving the house because of that. So for the part of neighborhood, I don't know. I've not experienced as a bad one
Yeah,
from
you know,
here.
I wanted to leave that comment in one of your videos. I said no, that it might be too private because I
Mm,
see you interact with them, and I see you the way they feel very free. Let me give you guys one
mm,
example here. Maybe I could talk them for pigeon. There is a big job like that where they give my husband, but the person that is the next person my husband should work with is from your place. I say you're not taking this job. The money is very attractive. You're not the worker. You say why? I say these people are most, you know, I don't want to use all those words here for YouTube because they don't like Indo Gigi, our people. They don't like
no, no, no. They don't like in
they don't
the
like
capital city. They don't. I don't. They don't like at
us.
all. We are
So
just
based
lucky
on
that
that
the place we
experience,
are at, they are friendly. They are
I
friend.
was surprised. So I
Even.
wanted to write in the comment section that I said
Mm,
no before they will say, hey, this all
mm,
this section stereotype. I didn't
mm.
want. I'm happy you live in a very good place where people
No,
can
the place
think.
we are, even that's why even we don't want to, we're even praying that, because once the black people start coming to this city, then the racists will increase. You
Yes,
understand?
yes,
sometimes
that is true.
sometimes we pray that no, we don't see, let us don't see, let it be as like the respect and as quiet as it is. Because in that capital city where there is black, they are these people here, they
They
don't
do
like
the same
us.
thing to their own citizens. They think the black Indians are of are
Yeah.
inferior to the white people. So
Yeah,
they do that as
exactly.
well.
It's true. You don't even need to tell me because I know it's true. It's true.
I'm so happy you aired your opinion because when I watched that Lily's video, I said no, Lily wants to catch cruise. She wants to be
No.
on YouTube streets to people
Mm,
to be talking about because she had both sides of affairs. She's lived overseas, gave birth there. Now she's living in Nigeria. She know what it was for her. So her making that
mm,
comparison, I couldn't just figure it out on what basis, one, why. You
mm.
know,
And what
it
seriously,
didn't make sense.
I don't want to comment in that video because if I start
I
to
did
comment,
comment too. I
it will
watched
be
it.
so.
I went back again. I said, did I hear myself well? I didn't want to comment because if I had
I did
commented
not.
maybe a paragraph, that
No, I did not want to because the point she mentioned, I like, even if you have a nanny, let me have a nanny first and still have assistant. Eh? Let me have.
all right. So we are going to allow entertainment. Okay, daily. Thank you, Mel Fitness. Thank you, Trending Gist with Octavia. She lives all the way in Europe. She lives in Greece. What do you have to say in this conversation today, Trending Gist?
Thank you very much for having me, host. Hello, host and co-host, and everyone in the comment section. When I saw this your video, I just started laughing because I was like, a lot of people have been talking about this thing, and I think it's high time that people living outside actually jump on the conversation because I feel like most times most of our people are not grateful for what they have. And let's go back to the Bible. I love doing this. If you're a pagan, no vex, I beg. But the thing is, even the Bible says it. People are hardly grateful for little things. There's just little, like, sometimes you wake up in the morning, you don't even say thank God until you go to the hospital, the mortuaries, and you see what people are going through. Then you know that sleeping and waking up alone,
It's a
it's something
blessing.
that is so massive that you should be super grateful. The fact that you, your family, everybody's at home, nobody's sick and anything, you go out, you go to work, hustle, whatever, you come back, you're okay. Some people just step out and that's it. That's it. Not like they did anything. A car will just drive over someone and that's the end. Why am I saying this? If you did you remember when Kosrep was on your live and he talked about the situation
Life
where he
is
sent someone money and the person said, I only 10K you they send me. A lot
mm-hmm.
of our people do that. Okay, now I'm even talking about the money aspect. But let's even go back to the fact that we have someone like Lily Pope. Someone
Wait,
like Lily
wait,
Pope. I
wait,
felt
sweetheart, wait. Joyce said I don't want reading comments. Joyce, I did pin the comments now. That's why I didn't want to read them. Where will I start now? Okay. Joyce said if Mumuna name of a person is Lily, I saw this she talk. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, no insult, but I won't talk like that. Okay, which one I did miss again? I have not watched and I can never watch that video. Okay. The only video I will react on Lily is when I see the three orange women in Dadim's room. Choice. No wonder she said I don't read the thing. Choice, you know, serious. Okay, okay. Sorry about that. Continue, sweetheart.
oh,
Continue.
Joyce and Lily Pope, those two, wahala they they fit each other, really.
Honestly.
Yeah, so the point, the thing is, little things that we should be grateful. For example, Lily Pope's mom is still there. You remember she was there with her, even if
Yeah.
it's someone dating your child alone.
It's
Someone said
something.
here on your live stream before I jumped on, talking about people that gave birth via CS. I know someone here too that gave birth via CS. I was in her house, I was crying. I,
Hmm.
I couldn't believe it. Like, for her to stand, that's the first time I'm witnessing it, like, one on one. So seeing someone that, we hear these things, but seeing someone go through that pain, seeing an adult cry like a child,
But wait
please
though.
forget it.
Co-host, I had CS with my first child. I
Oh,
didn't I didn't go through this all this pain they talk about. CM.
really?
Yeah, I didn't. If
Wow.
when I went, I did natural birth on my second child. The first one, the reason why I opted for CS, the doctor said my pelvic was not expanding; it's so tiny. And I said, okay, what kind of exercise should I be doing? Nothing worked. It was not opening up. She said, I don't ask her, am I to worry? She said, no, that most African women, it happens to them like that. So I now said, okay, what are the other options? She said, I can do a CS. I jumped at it because I know I have good hospital, right? If you were Nigeria, I wouldn't have jumped for CS. So when I had CS, they will give you medicine two types in the US, okay? The first one is a different painkiller, the second one, a different painkiller. You drink this one 6 hours after you drink another one. So before the next 6 hours, 4 hours, you drink this one after 4 hours. So you drink this one 6 hours, then you drink the other one 4 hours. So you can never leave your body without painkiller. I don't know if you're understanding me.
So
So
they're giving you that for many
after
months, even
effect,
when you're home.
no, after effect, you take it for the number of period is prescribed, and that is it. So when I gave birth, the next day, but for people talking about support, my church in Nigeria, okay, my pastor's wife and the wife, they came to the hospital the next day after I gave birth. They came, they received the child, they prayed for me. This is happening in the US. That's why I said our people, we have community. I'm so surprised hearing some of the things I heard today, especially coming from Delicious Emmy's location. Because it was a Nigerian church, my pastor was there with the wife, and then some few people that I allowed to come because the hospital will ask you the people you want to come. Then the rest came to the house 7 days after. Just the normal tradition of a Pentecostal church. I had life very easy. But my CS, I did not feel the pain. When I hear people complain, it was only once because I miscalculated one of those my painkillers. I didn't take it at that precise time. I felt pain, and the moment I took it, it got better. So, and did that stop me? No, I still went to Walmart. Like when I was discharged after 3 days, on the fifth day, I went to Walmart. You understand? With my new baby. And I had my niece and I have my sister-in-law with me. My mother couldn't come at the time because they were preparing for a wedding. So when I hear people talk about pain, the pain is not forever. I don't know how they manage it, but it's well managed here. So I don't know. So I've seen a lot of people in pain. I was like, what are their doctors doing? How did you allow these women to go through this kind of pain when it can be controlled? So that I don't know, but I think some people made comments here in the comment section. Host, it was because of your management now. Some countries don't manage it that good. You see, that's exactly what I'm beginning to think of. It could be hospital, the way they manage it. I think body differs, or even a VGBet is different experience for everyone. Absolutely. See, Dalianga, if you really ask me, if I know, I could do another CS join, honest, because during that VGBet, I got tear. Still, the thing had to give me tear. So if I had known, I would have gone for a second CS. Period. Vicky said, "Me, I had CS. I was working in the house. Cook said because my mom was working, so she leaves at 7 a.m. I did not. I do everything. You see, Vicky was still moving around with her own CS. Hosted also in Germany. Host. You see, they manage. Some countries manage CS better than some. After 7 days coming home after CS, I'm strong, but it's because I have no choice. Who will help you here? Okay, that's a Choice TV talking about her own pain. So go ahead, host. I don't tell us about that lady and the CS problem. I don't know.
Okay, but before she got home, I got to her place the same day that they discharged her from the hospital. So I was already in her house before her husband now went to pick her and bring her home. And everything this lady would do, this lady would cry.
Wow.
And to see this level of tears coming, there's this type of cry that we as adults who could cry, and you're like, okay. But when you see someone crying that level of pain, like a child all the time, even the day I was leaving, I was crying, she was crying, and we're crying. The husband was like, now some are people there. It was like, it was very strange for him to see, because I didn't want to leave, but I had to go. But I didn't want to go because seeing her that she couldn't. She is.
Okay, and she had the CS experience in your country, right?
Yes.
Wow.
So, it's just, and our people really need to understand, and minus that one, this emotional, how emotional women are during pregnancy and birth and all of that. The fact you will come home, you don't have anybody from your family there. Meanwhile, if you're in Nigeria, you have people that will come there waiting for you already. You have full house, people up to give the child the first bath. Our people should be grateful
host,
for these
let me
little
come in
things.
here. Let me come in, host. Emmy lives in Nigeria, and she lives in, will I say, what I will call metropolis Nigeria. She lives in city in Lagos, and now in the other side of Lagos that is well sophisticated and all of that. Things for her is not the Nigeria we know. Linda is
but for example, her mom can come a week before she comes out from the hospital with all the traditional thing. Come on, man. No African woman gonna miss that.
Somebody must be there. Somebody must be
No
there.
African woman gonna miss that.
Yeah, even if it's not the mom, even if it's not the
Can I
mom.
say something? Greetings, everyone. See, when we talk about this omugwo in Nigeria and we talk about omugwo abroad, let us stop generalizing things. My mom still works. She has her business. Even during Christmas, she spent just 2 days and she told me she's going back to her business. She cannot even spend 2
But
weeks.
she came, right? She came.
Let me finish talking. She cannot even spend 2 complete weeks.
We cannot allow you to finish. We have to ask you questions. We're trying to make a point. It's a conversation. So we're asking, did she come or not? It's a question.
She came. At least for those 2 days, she came. Yes.
So look at the emotional strength, or what would I call it, that your mom gave. It doesn't matter if it's 30 minutes. It doesn't matter if it's 30 minutes. Your mom was there. And you should be grateful for that 30 minutes you got. That's the point I'm trying to make. We should be grateful, because other people want for even 5 seconds. Let it just be that your mom will just show face for 5 seconds and say, my baby, you're doing well, oh, I'm going back. The emotional, that relief, that feeling that, oh, my mom or somebody from my family is here. It gives you strength.
Please, Sister Yo-Yo, who is this calling me desperate? Oh, please, I'm
No,
just
it's not
airing
you. It's not
my
you.
opinion.
No. It's not you. She's talking about Lily, not you. Lily, she calls
Oh,
her Linda.
please, oh,
I know.
because I'm just here to share my opinion.
No,
Oh.
now it's not you. They said,
Please.
let me explain why she made that comment. Somebody said that Lily has done another video. She called it sex timetable. So she moved to her room now because Choice TV made a live stream. So now that she's in her room, maybe Oga will now come Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't know. I never watched the video. So that's what Choice was reacting to. So Choice was saying that now which kind thing be this one? Odogu and Aisha, it's not you, sweetheart. No, it's not you. So my ladies, I can
Okay.
understand where Mel Entertainment Daily was trying to go. The thing is this, Emmy, if you remember when you had that live stream about Diana, I said that she should be grateful. Okay, and I have my reasons for saying that. Oftentimes we don't appreciate the little things we have because our eyes, our hopes are on those big things. So what the Entertainment Daily OK is saying here is that if you have somebody that could come, even if it's 10 minutes, it's far better than somebody who hasn't seen her mother in 7 years or in 8 years or in 10 years. You haven't felt the skin. You might see your mother on the phone, but it's not the same when you exchange hugs and all of that. It's never the same. And when you look at those things, those are the emotional things that money cannot buy. Those are the feelings that even if you have all the money in the world, it cannot buy it. There is a video Linda Ikeji posted a few days ago about brothers that reconnected after 33 years. If you go down to the comment section, come and see Basbos. Somebody will say 33 years, if the brother never go home, go see him, the other brother. It was back and forth. The daughter of one of those men now came defending themselves that you don't know why they haven't traveled, you don't know if they have documents and all of that. But 33 years is like somebody's lifespan. You didn't see your brother. So imagine a situation like that. You see them on TV, on video calls and all of that. It's never the same. Like I said, comparing these things does not make sense. Lily had her first daughter in Malaysia. She made a video talking about her experience. So her coming to make this video, she's not even in the best place to make this video because she has tasted both lives. So she can be able to attest better. But like she said, it's her opinion. She's sharing her point of view. I summarize it
Host,
as
is it not the same thing with Dyna Ekwueme? When Dyna started complaining, the first thing I said, God, thank you. You are mighty. And people can do and say whatever they want to say, but you can never fool God. Dyna Ekwueme is the same person that said, people living abroad like to pretend that things are difficult. Go to her channel many years ago. That video is still there. Abroad people can lie, this and that. Today, she's in abroad. What is the story? It has changed. Sometimes we don't understand emotional. Let's forget about who will help us watch this or do nothing. It doesn't matter. If you plan yourself very well, you can do all of those home or abroad. We're talking about emotionally. The strength you drive from seeing your family members, the strength you drive from just being able to have those your friends, those inner kakos that you people can actually do things. You can say, today we're going to ShopRite, we're going to whatever, those friends that you can go to their house, sit on the floor, and drink garri together. We're talking about home is home, man. There's no place like home, no matter how beautiful. That's why there's a saying that upon all the whole beautiful places in the world, there is no place like home.
Look at
So
what
let us be
Alexander
grateful for
said.
little things.
Host, look at what she said. She said, my mother taught me how to bait my fourth child via video call. Video call.
Host.
Yes.
Oh, please, can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Actually, me, the only place I have issues in this conversation is when people living in the diaspora try to make it look as if, oh, we living at home here. We have everything rosy during childbearing, or we have someone to come to your house, even people waiting for you. My argument here is that it's not really that way. Entertainment Daily was made a comment saying that home is home. My dear, home is not really home like that again. No, that is just my own opinion. She was saying that at least your mom will come and stay with you. Girl, there's something that happened to me, and I needed someone to come and stay with me badly. Like, what I mean badly, badly. My sister could not come because she's in school and she has a big project she's doing outside Lagos. My mom couldn't come because she had a my mom is also a caterer. She had a very serious job that took her time for 7 good days. My hubby was not at home. And just like I said earlier, I don't have friendly neighbors. In the area where I live, every man on his own. We don't even greet each other. Good morning, good afternoon, everybody go. So I'm explaining that let us stop this talk of, oh, you people living at home or mothers living at home have it better. No. Let me give one example. Our hospital system over here, I watch delivery blogs and vlogs. How the nurses even talk to you people. Are you okay? Are you fine? The nurses even teach you how to breastfeed your baby here in Nigeria. Who sent you? If you don't even do it well, those rude nurses will start talking to you anyhow.
Emmy, no. If you're going through antenatal in Nigeria, they will teach you how to breastfeed a baby.
That is a mistake we are making. Let us stop generalizing things. So, hey, I know what I'm saying.
It's not generalizing. Now we're talking about medical stuff. It's not generalizing. Medical is medical. We might not have the facilities. We understand. We don't. We get it. But are you saying they don't teach? They do.
See, I need us to see something. Darling Nanga got me emotional, please. She said she hasn't seen her mother in 9 years. During her first child, she learned to bathe her baby on the phone. You can imagine your first child, first experience is not something, and this is going to live with her for the rest of her life. And then Choice said that she went
same issue here.
Choice went home, cried for 2 hours when she met her father. 2 hours because you haven't seen this man for a long time. These are the things you cannot treasure. Money cannot quantify it.
I haven't seen my mom for 10 years. I said 10 years now. I haven't seen my mom.
You see?
Good. I've been coming to Nigeria, but where they stay is far from where I come for my stuff. I just go back again due to limited time. And my first child also was a day someone came, and the person that came, I have to pay huge amount of money to teach me how to bathe my child. He taught me and my husband, and we were the one who bathed our child from the first day one, from hospital even. So all these things you are saying, if you experience it, you will know how deep it is. I think people back home now, when we are saying this, okay, like Emmy said, we are generalizing it. I'm not I'm talking because I'm saying from experience, no matter how my mom is busy, my people is busy, I must have somebody from my husband's side or from my own family side who will come to assist me. I don't know about other families.
I don't know about like me. I use myself as an example. I don't have. I've been looking for meat now for 2 years. I've not gotten anybody. Not everybody has it that way. That's what I'm trying to explain. I know people that when they put to bed, they send nannies from the village. Me, my own grandmother spy. I don't have.
I think it's different from family.
Okay, let's get this straight. Let's get this straight. I think there's a mistake that people back home are making. Okay, Amy, there's something I want you to understand. And someone in the comment section, that host just flashed her this thing. I don't remember the person's name. Sorry, but you said the same thing, that people abroad are generalizing. Let me see how I can explain this for all of us to understand. We're not saying that people back home, it would be crazy to say something like that. Okay, being a wife, it's stressful job already. Okay, being a married person is stressful because that's you coming together with someone that has different upbringing. So it's only madness to think that that is something that you can downplay. Secondly, being a mom, being a parent is even more stressful. Okay, so combining all of these together, plus your work and every other hustle and everything else that you have going on, it is difficult. We get it. Nobody can play down on that. It's only someone that is delusional that will do that. The
Yeah.
point we're trying to make is the little things that you people have that we don't have. And when I mean you people, I mean people back home and people abroad. Well, I'm not even talking about physical duties right now because I don't even want to go into that. Like Amy said, her mom is busy, mom cannot come, the Lagos wahala of traffic and all of that. I've never been to Lagos. I don't know about their traffic and all of that. But I get that. Let's not talk about that. Let's talk about emotionally. We're talking about emotions, okay? Some people have not even seen their parents. Their parents have passed. I remember I left, and my mom within 3 months lost her brother, her sister, her younger brother, and 2 of her elder sisters. And I sat here and I cried because you know what? I was like, who's the next? She's the only one left. But the only way I was able to console myself is the fact that I have sisters. So I was like, okay, my sisters will go home and try to be there. Imagine if I was the only child. What would have happened? She would just be there on her own, nobody to console. Nobody. But these are little things that you have, you supporting your mom or your dad or your brothers and sisters, and they also being there for you emotionally. When you're abroad, you're on your own. You are on your own. You could talk on the phone, not everything. The phone cannot do everything, you know. It's just like we're talking about people that are married, the wife is there, husband is there. You can do phone sex, but at the same time, it's still not going to be as good as the real deal. So that's the point I think the people abroad are trying to make, that these little things, that's why I said most times our people are not grateful, because those little things like a hug, even if it's 30 minutes that your mom is able to come and you just hug her, you just feel like the world, like you're on top of the world. The rest of that month, you'll be flying like a Superman.
You know, till now, if I remember that my mom did not come, I feel so sad. I feel so bad. You know, so that emotional support that a lady needs there. Do you know how many % of women abroad fall into depression due to no one is there to give them that emotional support?
Yeah.
Are you getting that? They need that emotional support. They need the physical support. I'm not, no, that's my own point. That's my own opinion. Seriously, because people back home, even if your mother-in-law is not there, or your mom is not there, somebody must be there. Like I have someone who gave birth now. It's her sister that came, her elder sister that came. So that's the point I'm trying to make. So it differs. So it differs from family to family.
Yes.
It differs from family. Like my own family, no matter how busy somebody else, if you need that person that time, they will try to make out, even if it's for 1 day or one hour, they will try to make out that time to come, understand. But here, the distance, due to the distance and all the kind of personal stuff, they couldn't make it. No one was there. That's the point I'm trying to make. It's quite difficult.
Amy, let me quickly add this, please. Amy, look at this now. Look at the person that we're discussing, Lily Pope. Lily Pope's mother stayed with her. Let's go back to her channel. We can find videos. And maybe she will mention it herself, how long her mom stayed with her. Remember, Lily Pope's elder sister's daughter, that is also a YouTuber, used to live with Lily Pope, right? And Lily Pope has another young person. I don't know how the age range.
10,
exactly. And Lily Pope also have friends. Some are YouTubers that comes to visit, some who sleep over. You remember? Yes.
Her sisters took turn. This person
exactly. Yes, the sister that lost her child too came.
So okay. Let me just quickly round this thing up with this my own contribution. When the argument started, I was of this opinion that okay, let us stop saying people living in Nigeria have it better, while people living abroad don't have it better, or people living in the abroad have it better, while people living in Nigeria don't have it better, because certain situations, certain people have different experiences. For the disadvantage of having children in Nigeria, I agree that that your mom coming over, even if it is 1 week or 2 weeks, is something that you cannot trade for any reason. There's never a time I disagreed with that opinion. But where I kind of disagree and what had led to the plenty argument initially was that there are so many factors. If we put this one, aside, let us okay, we take this one. There are so many factors, so many disadvantages of raising children here, in my own opinion, compared to where you have children abroad. Now, and when I joined this conversation earlier, I said that everybody I know, when they put to bed, people go to do a move for them. My sister-in-law put to bed recently. My mother-in-law went. Her mom went. She had 2 women in the house with her. You understand? So maybe in my own area, or people I know, they always have people that go to do the move for them. Maybe that's why I'm not seeing it from this light.
Let me come in before you continue. Do you know why it was
Okay.
easy for them? They had visas. They did all of that. Maybe they've gone before. Maybe she's not the first child. They've been traveling overseas. It was easy. There were some women here. They are in the process of processing papers for their mother. Their child came. The second child came.
Okay.
Third child came. So there are so many reasons why mothers cannot be able to come.
Same
I want
here,
to use
same
this
here.
opportunity.
Yeah, it's not even about that. They will not give you. I'm
They
married to
didn't
someone
give.
from this country
They
here.
didn't give.
They will
Why?
not
Three
give you.
times. Three
Okay.
times they did not give.
You see different stories.
Okay.
Also, I want us to
Okay.
say
So
I want to say something here. Joy said that she lost her mother when she was 10. So you can imagine what it is for Choice not to, have seen her father for the length of time before she went home to bury grandma and then met her father. So her father became the mother, became everything. And because of distance, she hasn't been able to have that kind of physical meeting with her father. So it was a very emotional one this time she went home. Joyce, sorry for the loss of your mom. I know she's resting in heaven. I know she's watching over you and all your siblings. See, if you look at it in
amen.
every angle, it's never the same. I didn't want the
Thank
comparison.
you.
People should stop comparing, because if you want to compare Nigeria to Ghana, UK to US, then I can understand, I can relate, because they will be on the same pedestal. But not when you're comparing America, where don't finish things,
Thank you.
just they start.
Thank you.
Those
So that's what I was trying to say earlier. Okay, I also spoke about maternity leave. Here in Nigeria, if your company gives you 2 months, they are wonderful people. Very far, God bless them. You can do a survey, ask people who work. Most companies here in Nigeria give you 1 month. You take your 1-month-old child to crèche. Let's talk about light. I heard where Rosie Kedge says she cooks, she keeps it in her fridge, it makes life better. Over here, where did I even see light in my area? I use an inverter. When we talk about care, the care they won't give you guys in the hospital.
Okay.
Let's talk about so many other factors.
Let me tell you one thing. When I was thinking about getting married, do you know what I told God? I must leave this country because I don't want to have my child in Nigeria. You're laughing, but that was my prayer point. We have different pattern of prayer, but that was my prayer point. Then I had issue with the relationship. And the moment I came here, I got married and I had my baby. That was why the doctor say, do something. Say, let's go for it. And let me give you guys. I have 5 sisters. They are older than me. I've been able to be there present physically when 3 of them had their babies. Although 4, when 4 of them had their babies. I was the person they will hand over baby cloth. The one that happened in Lagos, my sister was to have a baby she was to travel to US for baby, but bank did not give her leave on time. And then when she now managed to get the leave, the night she was to travel, we rushed her to the hospital. Baby come, baby no gree come. They say CS. Emmy, I and my younger brother, we stood in that hospital. We prayed the hospital down. That the management this is true life story. The management of that hospital, the hospital is by Ghana High institution in Lagos, very private hospital, very fine hospital. We continue to blast, blast prayers, even in tongues. Something the owner of the hospital called him. They now said that the other patients, we say we don't even agree. We prayed, oh, until that sister came out from the theater. When the doctors now came out, we were like, the baby is, I said, no, we're not after the baby. The baby, if you like, where is our sister? Our sister was not responding yet. The doctor said, calm down. Okay, let me make you guys laugh. When they now said she couldn't have the baby natural, that it was surgery. So they called the husband to come and sign the paper. The man ran into female hospital, female toilet. She ran into female bathroom. This is real time story. The husband ran into female bathroom in Lagos. We did not see the man. So we called our elder brother, who happens to be in Nigeria, that I said, yeah, we should sign the document. So they gave us, me and my younger brother put our signature. The husband no fit sign the paper.
It is fear now because you don't trust them.
If anything happened, no be sign up. You know that kind of thing. That was the situation. So I understand where you're going, Emmy. I know after the prayers, our sister not where we ran almost, the doctors were done. We are like share away. They say, calm down. We were calling her sister.
Was it a public hospital?
Private hospital. Used by Chevron company. So we don't trust anybody. When it comes to no. I'm sorry. We prayed and prayed. The management, we are like that. The other patients, we did not listen. I can understand. I can understand you in that angle. See, everybody's laughing in the comment section. And Danny Manga said, Oyoyo, I prayed too. Oyoyo, I wish I was like you that have all your siblings older than Vicky's like you're the first one. Now they carry all the wahala with their family. Sorry. We are the very bottom. See, life is not, there is no need for comparison. Life is not easy anyway. Anyhow you look at it, life is not easy. I was lucky. I would say I was among the lucky ones. I did not leave my child to go to work. When I was even starting work, when my daughter was 1 year and 6 months, I had my sister-in-law. She lived with me for 8 good months. You understand? So that my daughter can start saying words that anybody can hear. I have that issue of leaving my child with somebody else. I am that clingy mom. I want to be responsible. I want to know what is happening. So for me to let my child go, that child must be talking well to be able to narrate to me anything that happened when I'm not around. I would say I was lucky, but for most women living overseas, they were not lucky. My 2 kids, my mother came for Mugo for my 2 children. My mother had considered coming to the US before I even came to the US. So visa was no problem. But in most countries, they will not even give you visa to come. Just like Entertainment Daily said, just like Linda said, the mother they filed for 2 times, they did not give her. It's not easy. When we talk about emotional support, most people don't understand it. The fact that you only see your mother on the phone is not enough. Thank God for social media. Thank God for smartphone. We see on the phone, but still is not enough. Right now, my mother doesn't have a help. I was saying to myself yesterday, almost in tears, that how I wish I live in Nigeria. I told my mother, come and live with me. She said no, that she cannot sit in an aeroplane for another 12
hours. Don't wish
No, I know that for my mother's sake, because she's aging. I don't know how many more years she has, 20 or less, I don't know. But you start thinking about a lot of things that you wish to be there, but you're not there. The only consolation I have is that she has other children living in Nigeria that can easily get to her and all of that. We understand the issue. My greatest pain about Nigeria is insecurity. And the hospital. The hospital was one of the reasons why I left Nigeria. I don't want to have my child Nigeria.
Host, if I'm given the option of having my children here and abroad, I will choose abroad. Because me, I know what my eye don't see. And I have 1,001 people living abroad. So it's like just like light and darkness. It's not comparable. Mm. Mm.
It is what it is, honestly. I really appreciate all the conversation we had today. I really appreciate all your contributions. Honestly, I can't take any of those things for granted. But I have a question. Entertainment Delhi. So you mean they don't give people visa to your country?
Even when you're in Nigeria, if you're talking with people and they ask you which embassy are you going, immediately you mention this country, they'll just tell you, good luck. That's what you will hear, even agents. You know, even the first time I went to the embassy, seeing invitation letter, everything that they are citizen and all of that, they still did not give me visa. Leaving the embassy, it was one of their staff that just came to Nigeria, newly. I was at the gate, the security guy just opened the gate. I was about stepping out, and he came out and he said to me, I saw your papers, I saw everything you presented. If you're telling the truth, tell him to come here by himself. That's the only way they will give you.
Wow.
And that's how it happened. I came out and I told him that this is what someone from your own country told me, that that's the only way. And he said, if that's it, we're going to make it. I will go to your embassy. We're going to do it. I said to him, when you go to our embassy here in your country, don't mention that they didn't give that. And he went there, trust Oyibo people, their money they close. He went and mentioned to the Nigerian embassy here, and the ambassador too said, your people always do this, and they didn't give him truth. So it was a huge battle. Everybody know them that they hardly give this thing. Getting some European countries, you can easily get their visa. So even someone was suggesting that I should go to another European country and all of that. I said, no, I cannot go through that, long process. I would just want to go direct from my country or nothing. So it's not easy. It's not easy. Even when my sister was in Dubai, when she wanted to visit, they refused. They didn't give. Multiple people, they didn't give. The lady I was talking about, is she not Yoruba lady? With not one flight from there straight to either Istanbul or this thing or Dubai, then straight into this country. They didn't give visa for her mom to come.
Wow.
So that's why she was there with her pain, her CS pain and everything and all of that. And there was nobody to help her out.
Wow.
So it's not easy, like Vicky is saying, if you want, you can invite. Who won't? If it's to do double shift, triple shift to save money, let's say finances, you do it just to prepare to save that money to pay for flights for your your parent. Anybody would do it.
Yeah. I can understand. So ladies, you see, there is no win, there is no loser in this. Everybody, we all have our pains, we're all going through a lot of things at the same time. But however, like I want to believe it was Treasure G's that said it. Where you find yourself, you have to manage your situation and make the best out of it. And that is just the whole essence of it. Comparing people living overseas and people living in Nigeria, there is no comparison. If you ask me as a Nigerian American, which one do I prefer? I will tell you 1,000 times I like my life now better. I went through stress when my kids were a lot younger. I could remember the work I had then when I started having kids. I have to clock in at, you have to be there. If it's 8 o'clock, you're already logged on your computer at 8 o'clock. And then my kids were going through different school, two districts, because one was going to a Catholic school, the other one was going to school in very close in my neighborhood. I had to drive to Nanny's place every morning, about 17 minutes drive to go drop my baby, come back, and then go to work. Some of those times, the other school will resume earlier than, so it was difficult for me to manage. But I thank God, like I said, our husbands are very helpful. They are the support we have, and they are the only support. Sometimes you don't have good friends, you don't have anybody you could trust on. It's just that your husband, your children, they become everything for you. But are we making life move on? Yeah, you keep going, you keep thanking God. But when we talk about people in Nigeria, the things they have better, they have a lot of things better. You can go to a market and buy fresh rogo. I don't have access to fresh rogo. I don't even want to compare the other things I can't have access to. For me to get ogo, it has to be frozen. I cooked with frozen ogo. I threw the soup away. The only thing I saved from the soup was the meat because it tastes nothing close to what ogo should taste like. So when we look at those comparisons, you cannot compare. But can I compare the fact I want to come and risk my life under the serious insecurity going on in Nigeria? I would, they laugh me now. That is that for your pockets, they laugh. I would rather you say greed, students. I would rather you see that this will go and you congratulations, anger for your
Once I'll be at the background. Let me attend to my daughter. She just woke up now.
okay.
I'll
Thank you.
be at the background.
Thank you for joining me today. Thank you.
All right.
So we want to celebrate her in anger. She's doing good for herself. Thank you for going back to school. She just started her nursing school.
Congratulations, dear. Congratulations.
Cheering up for our women. And Vicky,
Congratulations.
what did Vicky say again? May God bless all mothers out there, whether Nigeria or abroad. Being a mom is a lot. It's not easy. My daughter decided to lie to my tummy now. So to type self now, whoa. Your daughter not the lie for your belly. See, Emmy, I'm going to be asking in a nutshell, what do you have to
Yes,
say
ma'am.
about the whole thing? In a nutshell. Just
Okay. In a nutshell, my conclusion is that there is no comparison. Nigeria have its own plenty downside that the Omugwo alone will not cover up. That abroad, you will prefer it. Why abroad has its own downside that good health care, government paying your children will not cover up for it.
No. We don't get any government pay anything. Government no pay for it.
Oh, you see that?
We don't get any government pay anything. No.
Really, government don't pay your children?
Emmy,
are you serious?
Capitalist country, okay? For government to pay your bill, you have to be earning $39,000 going down. You understand? So they have a threshold for you to qualify for government benefits. And you know, Nigeria, maybe as we go do all the education way we do, you want to go and start working a cleaner job so you qualify. No. Nigerians would rather do 3 jobs to make more money, take care of themselves than relying on government. Government now, not Nigeria. We don't get.
And Amy, the reason why most of the European countries are paying is because most of their countries, they're almost going into extinction. They don't have kids. You know, people are having 1, 2, so their population is really decreasing. So a way to encourage their people to start, giving birth and having more so that their population can increase. Actually, some countries, they have some places, some villages that are completely empty. Nobody lives there anymore because the people that live there, they've all died. They've all grown old and died. And at the end, before you know, 10 people, 9 people, 8, 7, 6, and it's empty. Same with this country that I'm in. So many places, historical, beautiful, but nobody lives there. You just see homes and they will tell you so person. You don't hear like history.
Entertainment. Some of them are communist countries where they do that kind of. I don't know how to put it. They provide for their citizens, kind of. They take welfare of their citizens. But this American are capitalists to the core. You better go and feed your.
Thank you so much for that.
Or even overpopulated self. So why should they be giving you money to encourage you to have more children, to give them more stress?
Thank you so much for that correction. Thank you
so
much.
That's the reason why.
So just like I said earlier, the both of them have their own advantages and their disadvantages. I know someone that has been saying, oh, I want to come and eat fresh ogbono, fresh this. And then come back to Nigeria, come and stay with me. I've missed. She not Greek come. She not Greek. She said Boko Haram will carry us. Boko Haram carried me. So, all moms are superheroes. The ones living in Nigeria, the ones living abroad. There is no need for comparison. Everywhere has its own advantage, everywhere has its own disadvantage. Thank you.
Thank you so much, delicious Amy. I enjoy you all the time. I love your. In fact, please, please don't hesitate to join me another time. I love the angles you bring to the conversation. I really enjoy your opinion. I enjoy your thoughts, and I enjoy your thinking process. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
joining me today. I really appreciate. I do.
You're
So,
welcome.
entertainment daily. In a nutshell, what do you have to say about life abroad and Lily Pope's versus Diana Ekweme's view about abroad mothers? What do you have to say in a nutshell?
Well, I think Lily Pope's perception is really wrong, and being that she's someone that she has actually stayed abroad too, I would expect her to know better. And if, well, same with Dinah, because they said she schooled in the UK or something like that. You know. So to an extent, these people should have known better. But the way they spoke about the whole thing, but in Lily Pope's situation, I don't even want to even go in too much because there's so many things she said in that video that was just nah nah nah. Like when she talked about when she was doing it, she talked about her room, and when her friends come back, her friends will go to her husband's room. First of all, your friends don't belong in your matrimonial room. What the heck is wrong with you? Are you out of your mind? So I feel like Lily is not really analyzing, as in taking her time to think through what she wants to say before she says them. Sometimes, not all the time, because truly, like you said, don't compare, abroad and all of that. These countries, they've been working on certain system for many years,
Many
and
years.
Nigeria has not gotten there yet. When Nigeria gets there or gets even closer, then you can start the comparison, concerning stuffs like that. And the little things like she in particular, if it was someone else like Amy that did the video, and Amy said, help, my mom cannot come, and all the Lagos traffic, and everybody that been to Lagos and knows that can agree, you will understand. But I feel like Lily complaining about it was not necessary, because to an extent, Lily and her family, they're living some kind of, a good life, being that the husband worked outside for a while, and they set up things for themselves, and it's really working for them. If Lily wants to employ 5 6 7 helps, she will be able to, so I feel like she should have just let this one slide and not talk about the abroad. You have light so you can cook and put your food. What about families that don't eat stale food? Have you thought about that? So
That's
even with the
another
light,
thing.
you will
Yeah.
not cook and put in the fridge to serve who? Some
Yeah.
some people don't like it. Once
Some
the food
my
will reach the
husband
next day, they
doesn't.
won't eat. Yes, they won't.
My husband doesn't.
Some people want fresh juice. You squeeze for them. They don't want, but you can just walk into ShopRite or walk into any shop in Onitsha there. In Oka there. Buy one box of juice. Somebody like my husband wants to drink his fresh orange juice that you have to make. So comparing these things, lights is not really a thing. So she should have thought more. But I agree that every parent, being a mom, being a dad, and all of that, it is stressful. So home or abroad, is same stress, but it's just that they have a little bit of emotional support there that people abroad don't have.
Yeah.
That's just what I was saying. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you, amazing people, beautiful ladies, beautiful, brilliant ladies, brilliant conversation. Vicky, thank you so much for the heat in the comment section. Thank you. Niger Dr. Choice TV, all of you, darling Anga, Yomi Kitchen. I really appreciate the broad conversation we had today from different perspectives. People living in UK, people living in Nigeria. I love your opinion. Rosie Kett, I did not forget to thank you. Linda Nanye, all of you. I cannot say less. God bless you guys. Real good. Thank you for sharing your story with me today. And it is what it is. Honestly, the comparison shouldn't have, sorry guys, my battery just died and I need to receive a call. Let me plug my phone a minute. Sorry guys. So sorry. Before my kids will be reaching me and I can't, my phone is dead. So, all right. Sorry about that. I needed to put that phone on
It
because
can happen.
yeah, I need to get my. You see, I didn't wear light today. That's why we don't charge our phones. So because you can easily plug it in and get it charged. Yeah, people they find fresh things to eat. they should cook it themselves. Be cold. You know, serious. My husband, if you cook soup, the maximum he will eat it is 2 days. On the second day, he's done. You have to make another soup. So that's the reality. But people don't get to know your reality until you
Man
bring.
won't even eat anything you're bringing out from the fridge. The food must be made that day
You
and
see,
consumed that day. That's
that
it.
that's the reality of most people, honestly. So in whichever way you look at it, there is no need for comparison. Life is already tough as it is for everybody, including me. But if you really ask me the option, which one will I choose, I will tell you that the life I have now is 100 times better for me, because I live in a secured environment where I know I cannot fall into a lot of things. Nobody is going to barge into my house to buy me, or kidnap me or something like that. So based on those, I will tell you, like, life is a lot easier here in those angles, in terms of infrastructures, amenities, in terms of everything you can think about. And hospital wise, those are one of the reasons why most people back here, they don't want to go back home, because of the hospital system. I have to say it categorically. I've heard about, conversations, people that want to return, but because some of them either having health challenges, they don't want to go there. The next thing you see, the person die because of high BP, or die because of what. So those are the things, that the reasons why I say there is no point comparing, because Nigeria is just on the scratch surface. They are still scratching the surface. They've not even started. As a matter of fact, they've not started. Right now in the US, they are talking about how to stop driving all those cars we see on the road. That's what they are trying to do, how to achieve it to go green in the next 10 years. They are giving themselves 2040, some states 2050. And where do you think they are going to ship all those cars to? Africa. Okay. By the time they're already flying in there, whatever, Nigeria is still warming up. So there is no point for comparison. But the thing is that when you have emotional support, if you have your mother close to you, embrace that woman, appreciate her, because there are some people that wish to be in your shoes and they can't. And when you have life the other way, appreciate it, because there are a lot of people that wish to be where I am now, but they've tried visa, they couldn't get. So whatever life throws at you, appreciate the moment, be grateful for that moment, and thank God and ask God to help you get a system that works, a pattern that works for you, your husband, and your children. We cannot stress this enough. If you have privilege of having your relative around, thank them for always coming by. I will say I am one lucky person. I don't know for how many years I've lived here. I've had all my sisters come every year. There is no year I don't have a family member. And there is no year. I was privileged to have my sister stay with me for a very long time. It doesn't happen that easily. There is no year since I got here that I've not had a family member visit me. But it's not the story for most people. And for the father, it's not the story for most people. My own story cannot even make 1% of those that their lives have been like that. And I value them. I value the moment. I value each opportunity thrown at me. But wherever you are, whether you're in the village in my motherland, Nigeria, or you're in the city, I pray you have an enabling environment that will make you thrive. I pray you have people that God will bring your way that will make life a lot easier for you. Whether they are relatives, whether they are neighbors, whether we are people from the church, I pray you have those people come around your life to make life easier. No man is an island. And once a tree can never make a forest. We need each other to thrive. We need each other to live better. So if you have your relative around coming to help you, value them. Value them. That's what I'm going to say. I want to thank all of you for being part of this great conversation today. And I want us to stop comparing life anywhere. Life everywhere is tough on its own. Being a mother is one of the most difficult operation or difficult business anybody can venture into, being a mother. Because remember, you don't have sick leave the moment you become a mother. You don't take leave that you're sick, because you have dependents on you. So when we look at it that way, we appreciate every moment, we appreciate every situation. And also, let us use the opportunity to bridge the gap and be in the lives of our children, be part of their growing up every second, every minute, every day. Let us not miss a moment because we have our hands filled with nannies, because you never can tell what those nannies might be doing to your children, that most of those kids are even afraid to tell their own mother. I would say if you have them filled in your home, still be careful and be watchful. We heard the story shared by Nezaville on her story, what her nanny did. She was somebody eating her food at the same time stealing from her. Now I heard stories from Delicious Army, or what the people that come around her did to her, stealing from her, to the point of her wedding engagement ring is missing, her wedding wristwatch is missing. Those are not the things that a woman will want to say is missing. Those are the things you cherish forever. So as you bring people like in your home, be careful the kind of people you bring in your home. And as you open your doors to your neighbors as well, be careful. Watch your back as you move, because Nigeria, from what I gathered today, is no longer the Nigeria we used to know. So, guys, thank you for cheering me up. Thank you for having this conversation with me. I'm going to be signing out. I'm blessing all of you for gracing this occasion. And until I see you guys in my next live stream, remember, you woman, that woman, you're worthy, you're beautiful, you're appreciated. And if you're hearing my voice for the first time, wherever you find yourself, make the best out of it. Whatever the situation is, be grateful for the little things you have so that the greater ones will come. Take good care of yourself and one another. Bye.